Hey y'all, welcome to For the People podcast. I'm your host, Vision X, and this show is for the people, by the people to bring power back to the people. I am joined by pretty much our history teacher himself, and he's going to give us a history lesson, Mr. Stone.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy
And,
Stone.
and you might be noticing Nikki is not here today. She is currently still doing her move. She made it there safely, so that's good as well. Also, Trey will not be here today as well. Actually, he's usually spotty on every day anyway, so he's never here like that. So, but we're expecting him to hopefully be here sometime this week. And also, we want to apologize about yesterday. Oh, hey, HACF, we're going to say hello to you guys in a few seconds. But in addition to that, I also want to say we apologize about yesterday. There was a lot of technical difficulties. Nikki is still moving currently right now. Trey wasn't available. I had some stuff going on yesterday as well with family out here. So it was a lot that was happening. So we do apologize about that, but we are here now. Oh, hey, Tiku, you say you're on the roll, so no commenting. Much to y'all relief, listening intentionally thought. Okay, hey, we appreciate you joining. Travel Jet Setter, hey, y'all from Montego Bay, Jamaica. Hey, thanks for joining. We appreciate that. On location. HACF, always a pleasure to see you as well. And everybody, if you're on currently on TikTok right now, please note that we cannot see any of your TikTok, comments. So you'll have to come over to YouTube. That's the only way we'll be able to see any comments. In addition, anybody that's on YouTube, we stated this before, if we see that there's a lot of people that's there, but we don't know who's actually joined the live. So if you don't say hello or you don't put a comment in or engage, we don't know that you're here. So do apologize about that as well, but that's just the way it works. Trey says, "What's up, fellas? Just landed in Pittsburgh." Okay. Hey, safe to be there as well. Hey, if you decide to join in the middle of the conversation, just let us know as well.
Yeah.
Democracy, hey, good to see you as well. Uh, Clara Greer, good evening. Hey, good to see you as well. I don't believe I've ever seen you before, but it's actually good to see you. So I just want to say thank you guys for joining. And what we're going to do is we're going to open up with an icebreaker. Um, I wanted us to discuss like our current music industry right now, just to open up the show. And so I am going to share my screen with you real quick. And I want to see what you guys thought about this. So this photo was taken today. This was off of social media. Hopefully you can see it. If not, I don't think you guys can see that. So let me see if I can do it this way. Apologize. Let me go ahead and do it this way. 1 second. I'm going to show the entire screen. All right, let me know if you can see it. All right, so so people were talking about this earlier. They were stating that the future of the music industry is in good hands. So as you see, these artists at the top are all the artists from the 90s and 2000s and 80s. You have Beyonce, you have Britney, you have Madonna, Michael, Whitney, and Justin, and then you have these people who I don't even know who the hell they are. And there was a lot of comments in the comment section. It was like, well, all these people are white. We don't know. I don't know any song by any of them. No song, no music videos or nothing. When you go back to the music industry in the past, you can see that, hey, you can tell, hey, Whitney's on the radio, Michael's on the radio or something. The artists of today, either they're remixing old songs or they're singing the same hooks from old songs, or they don't even dance anymore. They don't dance. They don't do anything. I'm just like, the artists today just freaking suck. And if they're not dancing or singing, then they're talking about something sexual or they're talking about drugs. So with this, I want to know what you guys think as well. But what do you think, Stone?
I actually agree with what you're saying. It's the most modern person that I can think of that has probably still got it is Chris Brown. I know he got a bad rep when it came to like the Rihanna situation, but ultimately he's like a talented artist when it comes to dancing, choreography, the movies, music. He has it all. You know what I'm saying? And you don't really see that too much anymore. And I agree. There's a lot of sexualization. That's one of the big problems I got with like female rappers. Not everybody's like that. Dolce, for example, she's not like that. But a lot of female rappers for a long time sexualized their bodies, and that became music. And so I'm excited to see the new wave of R&B artists, for example, because it is time for people like Drake to retire. Drake's been in the game I don't know how long, you know what I'm saying? So
Well, isn't he getting sued right now? I think that's what I saw.
Is he getting sued or is he suing? Because I know he was suing for that the Kendrick Lamar thing. He was suing
Oh,
because
yeah,
he
I know.
thought, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's still suing for that, but I believe there was a lawsuit brought up against him and two other artists.
Oh, really?
They found out that, and I always say every accusation is a confession, and just being
Bots?
honest, Drake. Yeah, they said, and I said he was so gung ho on. Oh, it was Kendrick, and I'm like, dude, something
So
ain't adding up here because I said you're saying this, but then I mean, the song is hot.
mm-hmm.
The song is, I said, so you can't say nothing about that. But now there's a lawsuit that was brought up against him and two other artists, and they said that they were actually using bots, and there was additional royalties that were given to them that shouldn't have been given to them. That's why I'm not a fan of the music industry today.
You know,
A lot of the people that are in the music industry, I mean, I tell people I think an album sale is way more powerful than a stream, hands
and it
down.
makes sense. They just changed the rules, so that would make sense. Maybe the streaming has to do with YouTube because the whoever billboards just changed the way they count album sales or album whatever streams. They no longer are counting YouTube. You know what I'm saying? YouTube is a big part of that. One of those artists that are going to get hurt from that I know is really really big on YouTube is YoungBoy NBA and he whatever you call him, but he's going to get hurt by that because he's one of the most like high streaming artists on YouTube. So I'm really curious to see how this is going to unfold. But yeah, definitely.
Yes, and that was it's just for me. I think the last, and this is we're going to go into discussing this today because y'all know everybody's been talking about the whole Sinners controversy. Everybody's talking about it, and I definitely do agree with it. And I tell people this expected. I said when you look at things that happened in the past, and we'll get into that in a little bit. I said when you look at things that happened in the past, I said I'm not surprised. And this whole thing, that's what I don't like. It's also at work. You got to play the game. You got to play the game. You got to play the game. And I'm like, there's only so much time you want to play a game. You know, I don't want to play tic-tac-toe and Connect Four all the time. You know, if I did the work, I should get rewarded for the work. You know what I mean? I should be able to get that type of stuff. So that's just one of those things. I just want to say before we continue, just see who else is over here talking real quick. Okay, it's my name. Hey, good to see you guys. I'm doing all the hellos right now before we jump into the show. For you guys that just jumped in, please note Nikki is currently moving, so she is not here right now, but she will be here later this week. And then Trey, he's currently traveling. Hopefully he was able to join us because we got a topic that I think that he really needs to be here to hear. And I think I need to get his opinion on it as well. Case my name said this is this new music is straight trash. It is. I will agree with that. HECF says music from the 70s through the early 2000s was the best. Everything else is trash. I agree with that because I can still listen to the 70s. Well, we all still dance to a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the Gap band and everything. We still dance to all that.
And
What were you about to say?
Oh no, I was agreeing with you. Yeah, definitely. And then actually this past weekend I went to something. It was like R&B something, and they played a lot of music, but a lot of the music they were playing, it was R&B inspired, was from the 90s and the 70s. The 70s yes. to the 90s, you know what I'm saying? So that the most modern thing that I can recall they played was like Coco Jones. And honestly, I didn't know about Coco Jones till this past weekend. Fire. Oh, really? Fire, man. So
I'm about to listen to that as well. It's just the music is just so much better back in the day. Oh, the Shay Davis says the music industry is demonic. Well, that is true. You know what? This is just a question. Y'all ever see that lady with she's as a white lady or a Jewish lady or something, and she has the black hands, and they said she's the most powerful person in the industry, and she's in every photo.
I did see that. I know what you're talking about, but I was like, who is that lady? Yeah, you're right.
In the music industry. I think if I pull it up, it might pop up a picture of her.
On white lady, she was in everybody's stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she they showed an image of her, and I mean she's with Whitney, she's with Usher, she's with everybody. And I said, well, who is this lady? So when I find it, I'll go ahead and let you guys know. Alex says, hey, nice to see you, Alex, as well. Democritus, hey. Germany 2263. Music was so good in the 70s. Even white folks had some good music. Hey.
Yeah.
The 70s was bopping.
Yeah.
The 70s, actually, I would say all the way up until the mid 2000s everything was bopping at the time. That's when the music was really good. And since we're already talking about entertainment, let's just start it on this entertainment note. So you guys already know what happened at the Golden Globes. I already told people what's going to happen anyways. I just knew.
I mean,
So
actually insane. I'm mad that they disrespected Ryan Coogler's movie so much. Like, yeah, why the freak was Michael B. Jordan nowhere to be seen? I don't even know some of the people they gave some of these awards to. You know what I'm saying? Like drama, Hamnet. Who the fuck is Hamnet? I don't know who
yeah,
Hamnet is. You know what I'm saying? Best musical. I didn't know who they. Paul Thomas Anderson. I now do chat. Do you believe that Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan are getting snubbed from the industry?
you know what? Hey, let's take a look at it afterwards. Let's take a look at the first video, and then we'll go into it. Give me 1 second. We're going to cue up the video, and then we will be right back.
The Golden Globe goes to
Wagner Mora.
Wagner Mora, this is his second nomination. He got a previous nomination for Narcos in 2016.
and the Golden Globe goes to.
So what I want to do is I want to read some of the comments. Well, this is the comments that was posted on X, and then also we're going to read some comments from the Shade Room. Matt said, Sinners didn't win Best Picture. Ryan Coogler didn't win Best Director. Do we riot? Another person says, snub Ryan and Michael B. Jordan shaking my head, Golden Globes. Somebody said, yeah, the Golden Globes just played in Michael B. Jordan's face. Somebody says, Sinners and Michael B. Jordan getting snubbed. I'm done. Another person says, Michael B. Jordan was robbed. And Jake says, we got to work twice as hard to get half as much. Michael B. Jordan played 2.5 characters and did a masterclass in acting for Sinners. He should have had Golden Globes and Oscars for Black Panther, Fruitvale, and Creed. And then Holy Goose, I think this must be like a page. She says, big surprise here. Thought this was Michael B. Jordan's for sure. Wagner was incredible, though. This is what everybody's saying. And I'm going to tell you, I haven't watched an award show since, I think since the Grammys 2006. I'm going to tell you why I didn't watch award show since the Grammys 2006. So you remember, that was to me one of the last greater albums besides Adele coming out later down the road. And Beyonce with Lemonade. She did a good job, and I'll give her that. She did a really good job on it. But the last time I watched the award show was in 2005, 2006. She had Emancipation of Mimi, one of the great, We Belong Together is one of the best songs I've heard. Still to this day. Produced by Jermaine Dupri, which Jermaine Dupri, everybody keeps forgetting. They think he just does hip hop because he works with Little Bow Bow and the Brat. And that's where, he was also a rapper. The guy is really talented. And the album was dope. Almost every song I never skipped. And she lost to Beck. And I was like, I have not heard a Beck song this year. When I listened to the album was subpar at best. I said they pretty much just took the award and just gave it to the white dude. The same thing happened at the Oscars before. And I'm just sitting here like, this is what I be telling people. I said, we keep patronizing these award shows. And I said, why don't we just stop going to these fucking award shows? Stop watching them too. Let the white folks have their shit. They need this to feel relevant, because when you look at Sinners, I think he lost another award to that Timothy Chalamet or whatever his name is. She lost the award to him as well during another award ceremony. And I'm just sitting here like, are you serious? Like, it just don't make any sense to me. So what do you think?
So what I think, and I'm starting to see a trend amongst media. So for reference, who owns a lot of the media narrative for like movies is a guy named Jay Penske. I guess he's a Mongol, amongst the industry, billionaire, if you will. He owns Rolling Stone, and like he owns Variety and a couple other platforms that would normally promote these movies that we would all see. Well, same thing like him. I don't know if I'm pretty sure Rolling Stones didn't do a good coverage on the Sinners movie, and Variety or whoever I might be referencing, but this guy owns like 70% of the media coverage for this. So it's a possibility that he himself or his companies are suppressing the advertisement for the movie where the white audience could get to it and make the vote. You know what I'm saying? But equally, I see that same trend going in like narrations for news. For example, we all know, unfortunately, that lady that was shot by ICE. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get to it later, so I'm gonna lightly touch on it. But that lady was shot by ICE. Media coverage covered her up the wazoo within the 24 hours.
Did.
Y'all know there was a black man named Keith who got shot. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't learn about it until like 5 days after. And only after Miss Renee Good got shot, then we learned about the black dudes. Now going back to it's this media in general though. Media doesn't cover black, they cover white. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get at. So
absolutely. And that was one of the things is when you're looking at these like these shows and everything, I tell people all the time, I said, we got to take a lot of this stuff with a grain of salt. I said, we continue. There's a lot of black writers that's on these shows. Y'all forgetting how Fox started. Y'all forgetting the Martin Show was popular. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, popular. Even with what's the guy that the Cosby Show? You forgetting ABC was struggling. They was competing against NBC and CBS, and they was whooping their ass. And they said, we need a show. Here comes the Cosby Show. #1 rated show for I think it was almost like 7 years in a row. Black family. Wow. And I tell people all the time, I said, I think it goes all the way back to the 1800s. You know how the minstrel shows, white folks love us to sing, dance, and do a whole jibba juba for them. And I'm just like, that's what we have to do. Even at work, you will walk by their desk and they'll be like, oh, well, you didn't say hi to me, or you didn't, spin around and say hi for me. Am I a fucking clown?
Exactly.
I'm not here to speak to you every time I come next by your desk, or whatever. I don't even know there'd be people at work, I don't even know who the hell they are. But they want you to acknowledge them. It's like, I call it main character syndrome. With a lot of them, they have to be the main character in everybody's story. They have to. You say something, you could be talking about hair. Hey, black women hair, they can do a lot of stuff with it, which they can. They can, flat iron it. They can make it short. And to be honest about it, I think black women is really the only ones that can really rock a bald head consistently and look good doing it. I don't see a lot of other lighter skinned people that can do that. Black women can do that though. And you have a white woman or a Latin, well, my hair curls up. I'm not talking about your hair. I'm talking about black women hair. I mean, that's one of those things there. But you would see, that's what you would see with a lot of people. You would see that's how they kind of operate there, So
I feel like the spirit of Nikki is speaking to me, and I feel like she would say the European immigrants would not, or they're used to being, what if you will, ain't no being inconvenienced when you white. When you white, you have the privilege of never being inconvenienced, and so that's the problem, is that they are always, that's where that main character syndrome comes from. They are used to being told or not being told they can't have this or not, you have to be put in their face. You have to be servants to the white people, and even the poorest of white people. And if you don't do that, you know what I'm saying? I think that's where the pain and the pride or whatever comes from when it comes to these white people.
Absolutely. And HHCS stated, actually, I'm gonna go back to Tamakashe. She says 2026 is the year of WEI, white entitled incompetence. Correct? They want black people to lose at any cost. HECF says, why are we surprised the Senators didn't win? It was too damn good and they told the truth, creative and black as fuck. Germany says, haven't seen an award show in years, probably since Joan Rivers died. I ain't gonna lie, Joan Rivers was funny as shit. I'll give Joan Rivers her props. Joan Rivers was funny. Mr. Cold-Blooded, he says, they did the same thing as Spike Lee, Do the Right Thing, the Golden Globes / Oscars. And it's like, and I think somebody has spoken on this before with that. They said what they do is they know that the black artist had the best pictures. They had the best image. They had the best everything. And what they would do is they would feature that in all the commercials. So that's all you heard, Sinners. I said, I don't think Sinners is going to win all these awards. I said you have Variety and Rolling Stone, the racist people behind here, they was already talking shit about it anyways. I said, I don't think that they're going to win. And sure enough, they didn't win those awards. But they use us as viewers for advertisement dollars to watch this stuff. And that's why I tell black people, I said, we got to stop being fickle. I'm not trying to be mean or nothing, but we got to stop being fickle. And, I still want to watch it. Okay, then you're just giving them another viewer. I said, what they're going to do is they're going to, after the shows, then they're going to promote the list. The list is going to be online. You can see who won and who lost. Everybody's going to talk about it anyways. I said, we got to figure out a different way to manage our time. my time is not after 2006. After I seen that shit with Mariah Carey and that, I said I was good on any award shows. And then finding out recently, I forgot this lady's name, was a white lady. She said they don't even watch the movies. She said it's a popularity contest or who you know. She said so what they would do is they would say, oh well, I actually like this person because they came to my party. I think they should get the award.
Wow.
And she would say, I think it was on CNN or something. I was sitting there looking at this like, so y'all don't watch the movies, y'all don't listen to the album. So it's pretty much you like this person, or they're friends with another person, or they came to your daughter's birthday party or whatever, and that's why you voted for them for the award.
You know what? Yeah, I feel like the podcast needs to just have their own little reward for the people reward show. You know what I'm saying? Voted by the people, who really wins the award. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. I want to see American Idol for the Golden Globes. I want to be able to text a number and then say, yes, Ryan Googler and Michael B. Jordan are the best people, XYZ. And then we'll really see in America. But again, I feel like the narrative of not promoting on media is a big factor into why a lot of people are not aware of the movie, of all races. You know what I'm saying? It's known in our ethnic group because we it's a big deal to see Michael B. Jordan portray two different roles for himself and a rogue legend in the making, which is Ryan Googler, doing what he's doing in the movie scene like Jordan Peele. You feel me? But when it comes to these white people, they don't give a fuck. You feel me? And these white media are not promoting this black movie, and I think that's a big problem that we're facing just outside of movies and in the movie industry. You know, it's just media in general, not no representation.
No, absolutely. And you know what we're gonna do? Thank you. I'm gonna read some of the comments before we're going to the next one as well. Before we go, Democracy, she says American entertainment industry wants to keep portraying black folks in stereotypical way. They can't stand that more black studios and producers are making media that shows us as successful. You know what? Somebody else told me that same thing the other day, because that's why I think it was Tyler Perry's Greenleaf. Tyler Perry's Greenleaf was doing really well on the old network, and they was like, "Oh, are black people really that successful?" And they would. I said, "Y'all steal everything from us."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Without us, y'all don't have anything." I'm going during a future show. We're going to look at some board of directors. We got black people open heart surgery, the filament and light bulbs, refrigeration, ice cream and ice cream scoops, all these things. We gonna go to the board of directors for a lot of these companies, and I want to see how many goddamn black people's on the board of directors. I want to see how many black people are on the executive team. Because I know when I was in Kansas, you could see a mouse piss on cotton. That mouse look at you like, there ain't no black people on this board of directors. If they are there in customer service or operations, like something like that, but it's usually a low-level position. So that's the stuff I'll be talking about here. What we're going to do is we're going to watch around 4 videos. ICE is acting a fool.
A fucking fool.
ICE is acting a fool. They out of control. But we're going to watch a few of these videos here. Let me know what you guys think, and then we will be right back.
Y agarraron a alguien. Ay.
¿Qué? ¿Por qué?
Agarraron a alguien, llevan a alguien.
¿Cierto? No.
So we already kind of know what that is. I'm going to read some of the comments here. I can't even read that one. Somebody says, this could be great. Report this to the police. Another person says, there's no explanation for this known except sexual assault. Another person says, shit, women are constantly in danger of sexual assault. And another person says, literally, nothing will stop me from running over there. They'd have to kill me. We have to stop recording and make them face the consequences. You know what? I wish Nikki was on this show today. This is the shit that she be talking about right here. And when you say something about it, people want to get upset.
What was the fucking point of him like going in the restroom with her? Like, where's she gonna go when you close the door? Like, it's a porta potty, for example, and it's a female. You know what I'm saying? I think people fail to realize that this is only temporary. This administration, no matter how bad it is, I know it's the first year. It is only for the next three years, and then what? Then what's gonna happen? Yeah, I think they want us to believe this is a permanent thing, and the rules have changed forever. Like, power can't be checked, but like ultimately, this administration come and goes. Just like we have blue, we had red. After this shit, we definitely gonna have blue. And when the moment that happens, you don't think these motherfuckers gonna get in trouble? You don't think that all these people? First off, did you know the Trump administration took a lot of money out of civil rights? They have the civil something in department. They took a lot of money out of that, and they funneled all that money when Doge came in and all that bullshit, that whole fraud thing. Doge came in, took money from all these departments and shit. That was to accumulate money. Now I now believe for this operation. This was Project 2025 all along. You know what I'm saying? So what's gonna happen is they took all that money out of civil rights injustices and shit like that, and all these other government organizations that are needed. That's why we got all this rise of flu and all this kind of shit. They took money from the FDA. Anyway, what's gonna happen is when another administration come in, they're gonna immediately take all that funding from ICE and they're gonna put it back into the appropriate areas, and every single one of these motherfuckers will be prosecuted. I don't think they realize that though. Right now, everybody just living in the moment. They're euphoric over this shit, and it's sick. You can see people's true nature in the comments. But your time is coming. But
on there.
your ass is grass. You feel me? So
it's the whole thing. This is in broad. This is in broad daylight. It's snowing and shit, but this is in broad. What the hell do you have to go into a porta potty with this woman who is handcuffed? Like you gotta explain this shit to me. Like this is the shit I be talking about here. And then when you sit here and try to tell them about themselves, that's why I told people before. I'm not arguing with no pedo. I'm not doing that. And when I see what's that thin lip ass weird face got Scott Jennings with his thin lip ass, every time he's sitting there defending that stuff, I said, dude, when I was in Kansas and when I was in foster care stuff, and I seen stuff happening and when stuff was happening to us, either you did it in the past to women and children, or you're currently doing it now, or you want to do it in the future. And that's the only way. And you have to be one of the three.
Exactly.
Because there's no reason why to do this shit. And that's why his fat ass fell, fat bastard.
One thing I do love about maybe not this administration, but the local governments are really stepping up, especially in light of the Mrs. Good getting shot. Man, you got mayors of like New York speaking up, Chicago speaking up, everybody saying, come fuck around and find out over here. But you know how unprofessional this administration is in light of, I forgot which mayor said it, but a mayor or a police chief said something, and then a tweet. Of course, this administration is gonna tweet some shit. They gonna tweet. They said they're gonna prosecute us. Fuck around and find out. Who the fuck says that on a government official platform? You know what I'm saying? This administration is ass, absolutely ass. It's very unprofessional. I miss Obama times. I miss the cold suits. I miss my fellow Americans. You know, that's not what we got today. We got dementia. You feel me? We got dementia and pedos all up in the office.
Absolutely. And I want to show you this next video. This is another ICE agent was allegedly running over some child or something. So let's take a look at this and let me know what you think.
What the fuck? Yo.
So I'm going to read some of the comments from this. Somebody says, Black America, this isn't our fight. Somebody else says, did he just run that child over on the bike? Damn. Another says, Kamala warned everyone about Project 2025, but they couldn't see a qualified woman, particularly a person of color, in the Oval Office. This consequences happen when voting against one's own self-interest due to colorism, bigotry, and sexism. And another person says, Black people stay out of it and nobody supports you. This right here, this is one of those things. I'm going to be honest with you. And this is the whole thing that's going on with Renee right now. We just heard about Keith Porter, and I'm going to show that video. I'm going to show a speech of his, one of his family members speaking about this. He was shot and killed in December of last year. There was nothing that was said about it. Zero was said about it.
Yeah, you actually go Google it right now. He's not even not even a big. You can't even find a big thumbnail.
Yeah, and now this white woman gets shot, and I hate to say it like this, but we've been telling everybody this was going to happen eventually, and I hate to say it needed to happen like this because now everybody's protesting. Now ICE is the big problem, and I kept telling everybody, I said, it's always been a lot of white men and white women. I said, but people didn't see it. Now everybody's starting to see it since, and I think that's messed up. You got Kyle Rittenhouse with his punk ass. This guy literally went across state lines, multiple states, because there was multiple borders to get over there to shoot people. That's held as a hero. This woman has stuffed animals in her car.
And you know what? Speaking to that, because I do follow him, I got to see what he's up to. The day after she got shot, he landed himself in Minnesota to rile up his people. And if Charlie Kirk was still alive, I bet he would have did the same old bullshit. They come in and support their people, and it's awful. The ICE administration on their actual page posted a known dog whistle or racist white supremacist song. And after it was called out, they immediately deleted it. The post is still up, but the song is gone. It was like a Proud Boy song that was known back from like early 2000s. It's really sick what this administration is doing. Even if it's not Trump himself, Mr. Senile, it's the people he picked to elect in office. There's some motherfuckers. They're sick individuals. They are really sick. I swear to God. You know what I'm saying? But I don't, man.
Yeah, it's really ridiculous because I would tell people, I said, what bothers me is that nobody, I said, it has to happen to a white person for everybody to see it. And it had to happen to like a really white woman. It couldn't be like no radical white woman, like she's crazy, she shoot. This lady was just in her car. And this is the thing, I was seeing this on The View earlier today. That's the one with Whoopi, that's the moderator on there. And, that's Sarah girl. And that's why I be saying white women are so dangerous a lot of times because they will sit there. It's always the fence. It's a this and a that and that and this. I'm like, no, fuck all that. You bitches go ahead and be like that. I'm not going to sit here and be like that. I don't care what angle you see it from. This ICE officer didn't follow the law. He put himself in harm's way. I said, and then Trump got on there and lied, said the man was dragged. He was never dragged or anything like that. The man was on his cell phone, so he was okay. He walked away. He didn't get, there's no ambulance receipt. There's no nothing.
Vision, I got so much shit to say about this shit right here, but I'm going to try to, first off, I want to address something in the comments. The comments were people were saying this is not our fight. Normally, I wouldn't be opposed to something like our people saying that, but this, unfortunately, this is an American fight because if they're willing to do that to a white woman, what you think is going to happen to you? They didn't do this nationally, broad daylight to a white woman. What do you think is going to happen to the rest of America? They just set a precedent to who the fuck they can shoot in the face. And if they can shoot a white woman, that is the backbone of racism. They can shoot a white woman in the fuck face and nobody says shit. What the fuck do you think is going to happen to you or any other minority? Two, the second thing I got to say about that is, yes, that nigga is a piece of shit. The last thing he said to that woman was not even saying to that woman. The last thing he said was fucking bitch. But the first thing she said to him before she ended her life was, I'm not mad at you. She wasn't even like a Karen type woman. She was, she wasn't even involved into the thing. She was dropping off her kid, but that was her neighborhood. And that cop had a bone to pick. There's actually known articles from like 2013. What the cop did was already a known tactic from ICE. They purposely will trap a car and command you to get out the car. So he pretty much moved himself in front of the car to make sure she gets out the car and comply. And if she moved or whatever the fuck, and he let off some rounds. But that's like a tactic. That's a known tactic that they do. Doesn't make it right, but this has been going on since 2013. Fortunately, now 2013, I don't think social media was as big as it is right now. You feel me? I think 2013 we had like Facebook, and it was the very, very beginning of like IG. Now we got IG, and then we got TikTok, and then beyond that we got Reels. Reels are a big push towards how we see things today, and so hopefully it's gonna start getting called out a lot more. But it's just really sad. The whole scenario is sad.
Yeah, and you mentioned something in the comments about that as well. Before I start that, Blue Sky says this is all of them: white folks and Latinos who voted for Trump, and the Muslims who voted third party. And I'm gonna read some of y'all comments. I do see y'all comments. When I'm showing the video, it's kind of hard to pop it up, so give me some time. I'm going to read some of your comments afterwards as well. Nikki spoke about this before. We got to see them out there protesting first, all of them, and they can't be no fucking 7 million people. There's over 400 or 500 million people in America. Half of that should be on the streets right now. Over half. A few thousand here and there, that ain't doing nothing for me. Because exactly what's going to happen is they're going to target the black people. And what also bothers me is that once hopefully all this is said and done. We're trying to be optimistic here because I'm telling you, white folks is white folks right now. Russia over there tearing Ukraine's ass up. You got United States over there fucking up Venezuela and talking about taking Greenland. Greenland said something this morning. They said, if you send anything over here, you send a bomb, anything over here, we taking all y'all bases. Y'all bases are over here on our land. We take all y'all shit. I'm telling y'all, white folks is white folks. Argentina, did you? And I'm gonna show this video as well. But Argentina's on fire, and a lot of the people in Argentina is blaming the Jews, the Israelis over there, because they said ever since they came over there, they've been getting a lot of wildfires, and they said they've been seeing them set the wildfires. I'm like, this is what everybody wanted. Everybody wanted to be white so bad. Everybody wanted to be close to whiteness. I said, this is what it is. I said, y'all got to go all the way back to the Dark Ages, the 5th century. And even before that, go back to the Roman era. These people, a lot of them, and it's not all of them, because we have Betty Whites and John F. Kennedys and Jane Fondas. But if you look through history, they are never in power. Those are not the people that's in power. It's always the Trumps and the Putins and the Netanyahus. All the fucking time. It's always the worst people. So it is what it is at this point. I want to take a look at this next video. This is ice. They were actually melting down in regards to this guy was filming them. Now, people say that you can film them lawfully, but I guess you're not allowed to film them lawfully now. So it's like people, they always send out a statement, but they contradict themselves. So I want you guys to take a look at this and let me know what you think.
Okay, you have your plate number for driving erratically, very dangerous to the public. How you doing? Good, how are you? You're interfering with our operations.
Not
you
at
can
all.
be arrested
Not
under 18 USC 111.
Nope.
We will arrest you. You have been interfering with our operations.
You were following us yesterday.
Numerous
Watch
times.
what you're doing, dude.
Numerous times you've been
Not
interfering
interfering.
with our operations.
Not interfering.
Yes, you are.
No, I am not.
If you continue, you will be in handcuffs. You will be arrested. You will be
18
prosecuted.
US Code 111. Get that through your head, dude. A lot of numbers you just remember.
Yeah.
Good job. I'm not breaking the law and you fucking know it.
Yes, you are.
Not breaking the law and you fucking know it. Never got in front of everyone. Never.
One more time and I will put you in handcuffs.
Bro.
One more time.
Bro.
Keep it up.
Step the fuck off. You piece
No,
of shit.
no, I'll stand right here, pal. Right here all day.
If I fucking touch you, then you're gonna fucking go arrest me.
Right all day.
Yeah, fuck you.
You are worthless.
Fuck you.
Worthless.
Fuck you.
You are.
Fuck you.
You have no
Yeah.
honor.
Hold your fucking dogs back. Hold your fucking.
Today we have your plate number.
So I want to correct him real quick before you get to the comments. Actually, you can't film. There, that is a thing. Recently, Congress discreetly changed the law for ICE and concerns of them being followed around or whatever. But like the law prior to it be written, I'm gonna lightly quote it. It was like you can't obstruct on federal property. The requirement, you had to be on federal property. But ICE is going around terrorizing everybody. You can't. This federal property is not a vehicle, so that's why they had to call law enforcement to get involved, because they themselves did not have the power to tell you to fuck off. Now they've changed it slightly. It says federal property or while performing official duties. So like you can still follow them, you just can't be in their vicinity. Kind of like a crime scene with a cop, you got to be like 25 feet away or whatever. This guy obviously wasn't in this guy's face. He's just the ego smoke small little dick guy. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But yeah.
I'm telling you, these people are going crazy. And I'm gonna read some of the comments here. Somebody says, if what they're doing is so legal and honorable, why are they hiding their faces? I thought they hated masks. We keep saying the same thing over and over. It's like on the show, this stuff is starting to sound like a fucking broken record. We say this shit all the time, all the time. Me and Nikki go through this all the time with people. People don't even listen. Somebody said, I'm so fucking over this shit. Another person says, so basically the 1,500 insurrectionists they released were automatically hired as ICE agents, and now they get to terrorize everyone. And that person said they feel pretty powerful behind their masks. And this is actually what's going on. This is what's actually happening right now. I tell you, when you start looking at their backgrounds, and I know that you showed a few of this on your actual post as well on your page. These are people with domestic violence. These are people that have already rape charges in the past or sexual assault charges. These are people that are thieves. These are people that lie on applications and stuff and lie for stuff. This is people that steal from the poor. These are people that dropped out of high school and college. It's like a running thing. It's the lowest of the barrel, the low IQ people that is in ICE. It's just the way it is.
You got to think about how I know you've seen it just months prior to all this bullshit and how we had all the. I know you've seen at least once or twice an ad from ICE, or maybe you got an email yourself, because I got an email from Border Patrol trying to mass recruit me, talking about a $40,000 bonus. You feel me?
Yes,
The way they handled
yeah.
this situation, they tried to mass recruit this shit like it was fucking the military. And with that coming, if they mass recruit and think about it, the vetting period must have been bullshit. They must have like walk in the park vetting. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do no thorough background checks because they were so worried about getting the bodies to do this mass project. Even though they say Project 2025 is not a thing, I'm pretty sure it is, because it's literally, if you look at Project 2025, it technically is about 40% complete right now. We're only in the first year of the presidency. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, and it's that stuff right there is it's a lot. And then I'm gonna play this next video. This, I guess they were trying to arrest some Somalian. I guess the Somalians actually was able to repel them. So I want you guys to take a look at this. Let me know what you think. And I'm going to read your comments. So keep commenting, because I'm going to go back to your comments. Okay. So let's take a look at this. So I'm going to read some of the comments before we begin, okay? Somebody says, see how they fall back when the people stand together? Pay attention. We've been saying this all this time on FTP podcast. I don't know why nobody listens to us. They just think we on here just to be running our mouths for no reason. We've been telling y'all this. Somebody else says, this is how everybody should react when they see them. Another person says, my Latino community, this is how we should unite against ICE that are violating our rights, not turn on each other. And one other person says, I got to love Somalian women of warriors. She said, I dare you to touch him. I dare you to touch him. And just because her voice, all the men stood by her. I love my woman. They are a brave soul. So this is what unity is. But y'all, I'm telling y'all, foundational Black people, we sitting back until we see what y'all do. We said this multiple times. There needs to be more white folks out there on those streets. There need to be more Somalians out there on those streets. There need to be more, I don't care what type of Spanish speaker you are. You're asking me from El Salvador. You can be from Argentina. You can be from Mexico. Your ass need to be out there as well. We got to see what y'all doing first, because we're not putting our lives on the line. We already did that for you guys before multiple times and got shit on us. The Civil Rights Act, you guys are allowed to be over here. That's one of those things. And then not just that, not just with the Civil Rights Act, then we also have, the Immigration Reform Act. You guys are allowed to be over here. It's just those things. That's what we be talking about. It's like, we need to make sure that you guys are actually going to be putting your foot forward, so that way we can see that you guys are serious about this. We don't want to see no fucking bouncy houses. The time for bouncy houses is over. Like that performative shit, these No Kings protests, and there was bouncy houses and barbecues, and you seeing all these sponsors. And I said, sponsors for a protest? That's the shit. We ain't got time for it. If y'all not out there fighting like what we just saw with this one, don't be looking for a foundation of Black Americans. We always the target. We always the number one target, because once all this shit is said and done, you guys go back to what? Hating on Black people. Y'all don't even like us. I'm going to get Stone Loki back in here. 1 second. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Hey,
I want to say something. I want to address something. DeMarcus Shea, she mentioned that Keith Porter, she referenced it. Has anybody heard about the Keith Porter story? Yes, we just talked about it. But somebody interesting, HHCF 713 said that his GoFundMe only has 38,000, as opposed to the white lady. Both RP to both, she has over $1 million already. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And that is a good point. Again, they never cover us, even on social media algorithms. I didn't even know that he had a GoFundMe. I didn't even think to ask, and that's really sad. It really makes me angry. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you exactly why the fuck the government acting the way they is. Let me tell you. I'm gonna give you an exact timeline. On December 19th. I mean, Friday, December 19th, Epstein files. Everybody knows Epstein files supposed to be released. It's 5 million documents. Did y'all know that 5 million documents, we only got 1% of those documents released? Conveniently, coincidentally, while this was supposed to be released on December 26th, daycare scandal. All of a sudden, we got this YouTuber who's already been to the White House. It was whatever, Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley come around talking about Somalian daycare, this, blah, 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 blah. Unbeknownst, in reality, though, I don't know why he focused on the Somalian part. I'll tell you why. He felt, because in reality, if you go look up the story about the daycare scandal, it's actually the ringleader was a white lady. It was a white lady. She was the ringleader. You know what I'm saying? But why are they focusing on this? Because it's this, and it takes attention away from the Epstein files. Well, coincidentally, after that, Wednesday, December 31st, federal response: daycare freezes, and there's rapid deployment of ICE to Minnesota Minnesota. And that's when who died in Minnesota. We know who died in Minnesota. So while this is going on, Trump administration is now focusing on this scandal rather as opposed to doing what the fuck they were supposed to do per Congress, release those fucking files. You know what I'm saying? They must be bad, because why are you killing people? You know what I'm saying? January 5th to the 6th, Epstein release disputes escalate. You know what I'm saying? They should have been released. There was supposed to be 2 million documents, but they didn't release it because they're focusing on this rapid deployment or whatever the case. Sure enough, January 7th, a death of a citizen. It was Renee Colgood. Unbeknownst, 7 days prior, our Keith Porter had died. You feel me? But what I'm saying, what I'm trying to get at is, they're so focused on trying to not release those files. What we all should really be, you want to get enraged, you want to really show the government fuck them, comment, release the files. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Because if you comment, release the files, and we can see how horrific the president is, hopefully, just hopefully, it would be so much pressure on our government, all branches, to impeach this motherfucker, or at least impeach somebody. But instead of impeaching him, you know who's going to get impeached right now? It's the secretary of whatever the fuck. They want to impeach the white girl. Don't impeach the white girl. Impeach the president. That's the nigga who we need to be impeaching. But we so distracted by all these other things that we're not focusing on what was initially need to be focused on. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's easy potatoes. I'm like, okay, you can always get rid of them. I mean, that's all he's going to do is replace it with somebody else.
Exactly. And the next story, and the next death, the next whatever the fuck. You feel me? And that's
yes. And so then I want to, so I'm going to read some of the comments, and then we are going to continue this conversation because we got some more videos. There was a lot of, I'm going to call it this month is the month of ICE beatings, because they've been beating the shit out of people.
Man.
I mean, literally dragging people out of the house. We just seen the one with the porta potty. We all know what happened in there. The porta potty is not that big anyways. There's no point for you to be in the porta potty with this woman. I mean, there's no reason. Where's she gonna run to? So this is what I'm sorry if I say it right. AIJLS. I'll say here at 128. He says this was towards democracy. Why wasn't this a-hole put on administrative leave or desk duty, getting some mental health care? The microsecretary said ICE is out of control, but has anyone noticed they haven't gone into the hood yet? I noticed that too. Another person says, I don't give a damn about ICE fucking with others. Well, actually, this HACF, sorry. He says, why did all the PLCs voted for this, so let them deal with it. Also, he said, HACF says, at the end of the day, people are doing January 6th, so therefore they aren't mad enough performative. Then HEC has said, because I wanted to figure out what the GoFundMe was for Keith Porter. And you guys are already ahead of me, so thank you so much for that. Y'all are already ahead. The GoFundMe was for Keith was $38,000. Meanwhile, this white woman is over $1 million. Let that sink in for a little bit. That's why everybody's like, oh, this all of our fighting. Black people are standing by because we still don't get the level of support and treatment that everybody else do. $38,000, that's it?
That's it. That's all. That's it for his whole family.
It's fucked up, but that's why I said, until we see more white people out there protesting and Latins and like what the Somalians were doing, we gonna stand back and stand by. Y'all need to be out there fighting. We already did the work multiple times for you guys, and you guys shit on us every time. I mean, there's only so much that Black people can do to help you guys if you don't even want to help yourself. I'm just keeping it real with you. Then Jamie Mason says, thanks, Jamie, Project 2025 is 60% complete. People didn't pay attention in 2021 when it was first reported on. That is facts. And then Lachey says, yet because their hands is dirty as hell, that's why they don't want to fully release the files. So we got another video. I want to show you this one that's been making its rounds. This guy got beaten. I think it's on camera as well. So we are going to take a look at this and let me know what you think.
Hey! Stop kneeing him in the face! That's his face! Stop it!
Back up or you'll be arrested for impeding.
I ain't backing up, it's icy.
Be careful, be careful.
Ricardo what? Ricardo what? Y'all bogus as hell. Y'all bogus. Look at y'all. Go back where y'all came from. Y'all better not do that.
You know what? That right there, they kind of doing too much talking for me. So I'm going to read some of the comments. Somebody says, the party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. That was in 1984. I think that was Orson Welles. Somebody says, murder and lying come easy for ICE. Another person says, why is only the women being the most vocal every time? Where the fuck are the men? I agree with that. And one other person says, look at him shoving his knee into the innocent man's face. Someone hire a lawyer who is adjudicating those gross criminal injustices. Congress, do something. This shit right here, this is that. When I tell you, people say, well, do you want to move out to Kansas? I said, this is how they are. It got to be 5 dudes or 10 dudes against 1 black dude. That's why I told people, me and my brothers out there, we didn't go to places by ourselves like that. If we went to restaurants, whatever, it was all of us together, because they will sit there and start some shit and be looking at you fucking crazy like you're not supposed to hit their asses back. Hitting somebody while they're already down and they already got their hands behind their back is some coward ass shit. I don't care how you see it. And you can tell when you start looking in their background. Another thing I noticed when somebody posted information about their backgrounds, a lot of these guys were bullied in school. So now they feel big and empowered. They have a badge where legally you can't touch them. These guys are not tough. I've seen them without the mask on and without the uniform on. These guys are weak as fuck. But they target women and children. Or if it's a man, it has to be 15-1 or 10-1 on one guy. And then you got to sit there and knee him like you're so brave. I'm telling you what, America needs to, what was that? I forgot the place that I showed. They're not doing what South Korea did. Y'all got to go back and review what South Korea did.
Oh, the tanks. There was a mobilization in Korea, and there was a protester, one lone protester. He stood in front of like 4 or 5 tanks. He didn't give a fuck. He was crawling. He jumped on top of the tank, opened up the seals, like, get the fuck out the tank. You know what I'm saying? But he stood up for his country, and that it was documented media wise, and it sparked movement across the nation, because they see how inspired and patriotic, I don't know what they would call it, but patriotic this person was for the country.
And he took down the criminal. I guess the president that was he cheated the election. They ended up getting him up out of there. They got his ass up out of there. They was not paying. And then I think it was Nepal. I want y'all. We showed the video. I got to go back to one of our former videos. We showed the video what was happening in Nepal. Nepal was not playing with none of those people. What they were doing is they was taking all the tax money and stuff from all the people there, and it was going on vacations. You would see people over there in Miami Beach and shit. You would see them in Bahamas. They were just spending money, and then they were just hiring other families and friends, and it got leaked out. When I tell you the people of Nepal went crazy,
that's great.
The whole video was just, I was like, you know what?
It'd hit different if everybody in America filed for tax exemption and stopped paying.
The problem is, what's funny? The thing is, everybody, we talked about this, but this is the problem. Everybody don't stick together. Everybody want to be a part of a group. Like a clear example, you got the LGBT want to be over here. Then you got the white. Well, the white want to be over here. Then you got the oligarch and the whites want to be over there. Then you have the blacks over here. Then you have the Latins over here. Then when you get a Latin, then the Latin's like, well, I'm not Puerto Rican. Well, I'm Venezuelan. Well, it's like, it's so fucking stupid. If you're in America, you're considered an American.
Yeah.
That's just how I see it.
That's what I'm saying. This is an American movement. Yes, I agree. Certain fractions and certain people that step up for certain people when certain things were happening. But again, if a white woman gets shot in the face broad daylight, that is the face of racism. That is the safest skin you could be. What do you think is that set the precedent for everybody else? This is a big deal. You feel me? And we are funding it with our tax dollars. So I'm not saying they're gonna run out of tax money overnight, but if everybody's decided, fuck, I'm not paying taxes, sure, we're criminals, but sure, it's the president of the United States. 34 counts, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I'll stop paying. You feel me? Who the fuck they gonna get the money from? It's not us. You feel me? They're gonna have to keep borrowing from China. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to keep borrowing from somebody else to fund this horrible thing that they're doing. And then I want to say something else. What did I want to say? I can't think about it right now. It's fine.
And what I want to, it's all good, man. And then what I'm going to do is show this video. This is the mother of Keith Porter. She was sitting here speaking about the murder that happened on the 31st. And so I want to see what you guys thought about this. It's very heartbreaking to watch, but it needed to be done. So I want you guys to see what you think and let me know, and we'll take a look.
And Keith Porter, he did not deserve this. Keith Porter was a wonderful soul. His heart was big. He had a big heart. He loved so hard. He loved so deep. Anyone who came in contact with Keith loved him. He was a joy. He was a jokester. He was my baby. He was a father, a cousin, an uncle. And he always said, family over everything. It meant the most to him. My baby called me every morning to say, good morning, Mom, I love you. Every day before he went to work, just to say, Mom, I love you. How's your day? He loved his daughter. He loved me so much. I miss my child. He does not deserve this. His Home Depot family, I'm so grateful to them. He loved unconditionally. He never argued. He wasn't a gossip. He was the one that brought people together with love and unity. He was the type of person that there was no anger. He always brought joy into the room. He commanded the room and he made you feel special. Everybody had a name, and it was from love, joy. He loved to cook. He'd come to your house. He would just ram your refrigerator and just cook a meal. And he just wanted happiness. He wanted everybody to just be filled with joy. He would say, I don't care, Mom, if I have $1 in my pocket, you would never know it because I'm a millionaire, because I'm going to walk just like that. I'm going to let everybody know I am that person. I'm going to put my clothes on and I'm just going to love. I'm spiritual. I love God and I love everybody. And there's a lot of people out there that love me and I know it. So I just want you to know, please, justice for my baby. He does not deserve this, please. This person hurt my child and he would never hurt anybody. He loved so hard. He rescued animals. He worked with disabled children. He helped raise kids in foster families. He was such a joy. His heart was so big. His heart was so big. He didn't deserve this. He was on his way back to say, Mommy, I love you. Happy New Year. He didn't even get to pop his champagne. He didn't get to say goodbye. I just want to touch my baby one last time, kiss his face and hold him. I don't have him. His life was snatched from us, Lord. Please, I just wish you could get justice for my child. Oh, please get justice for my baby.
Say his name!
Keith Porter!
Say his name!
Keith Porter!
Say his name!
Keith Porter!
That's some horrible shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so enraged. I just don't even know what to say, man. I ain't gonna.
I'm gonna read some of the comments and then we're gonna discuss this. So one person says, "I'm so angry the news isn't covering this. He was a kind, loving man. Every life ICE takes is a family destroyed." Another person says, I am in disbelief. I knew Keith. He was everything his mother described. Wow. He was the funniest, most loving person you could ever meet. Keith was a great father who loved his daughters and was an only child who was very close to his mother. He was a joy to have around and was very loved by many. I could talk to him on the phone for hours and laugh the whole time. I really hope he gets justice. Rest in peace, Keith. You did not deserve this. Somebody says no parent should have to go through this. Through this, shaking my head. Rest in peace. I'm gonna tell you this from my end. When I think was the Trump administration. Somebody on there was talking about ISIS being a targeted. I guess the guy that shot Renee. They had to move him out of the house. I don't give a fuck about that ICE officer or any of them, and I don't care about their families either. The same shit that they doing to other people. I'm an eye for an eye, for a two person. You shoot this person, they should be able to shoot all y'all asses too.
First off, they didn't just move him out the house. They moved him out the house on the clock. They were in full uniform. So that means your taxpayer dollars went to moving this motherfucker out of his house for shooting a fucking woman in the face.
Yes.
And the criminal. Anybody else can get a charge. But not him. Apparently not him. You feel me?
It's fucked up, and they want us to be concerned about these. I said, first of all, y'all just became legalized by Trump. I said the first 8 or 9 months, you guys were just kidnapping people. Y'all were not legalized. Y'all wore a mask. Y'all had no warrants for people's arrest. Y'all had none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, all that stuff y'all did is still kidnapping, and get this, a lot of these people still can't be found.
ICE don't even have police powers outside of it. It's like a federal cop. Federal cops can't pull you over. Fun fact, they can't.
They can't.
So like, it's a federal police officer. ICE. This man was an off-duty ICE, so he wasn't even. He's like a security officer of the feds, right? He was off duty, and he took it upon himself to have police powers when he heard alleged gunshots outside to investigate, and that's when he got into the encounter that he got in with Mr. Keith Porter and shot him. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't even his role. His ass he was a civilian. He should have called LAPD like the rest of us. I heard shots. That's all he got to do. That was the one and only time he should have been a fucking what do you call it? A Karen. But instead he wanted to be fucking Mr. Trayvon Martin Jr. and kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? He went out with his gun. He had intent. That was premeditated. He went outside with his gun. He had no business doing that. That wasn't his jurisdiction, not his power, none of that. So it's really unfortunate. It's a very sad scenario. And I don't even know the name of that ICE officer either. I don't
haven't released them.
Yeah.
Somebody knows who it is, because of course, you see somebody get shot and all the people out there, people want to talk. This is my thing. I'm sorry, I don't care. The same thing need to happen to him that happened to everybody else. I said, I'm sick of evil, demonic people getting away with this stuff. And then when you do something to them, it's a problem. We got to do forgiveness, and we got to have a different way of speaking about it, or we got to have a different qualification. I think that's fucked up. I said, and the way the comments and his mother speaking about him, it sounded like the guy was a really good guy. And the problem is, you got the lowest IQ, the lowest of the barrel Neanderthals who are in ICE.
I tell you what, if they did a mental health test, and they did like the basic, even if they did something equivalent to maybe like a GED test, I bet a lot of people wouldn't qualify for the police department. I bet.
Yes.
Yeah.
We already spoke about this on a earlier show. Probably 2-3 months ago. I had a friend that was in the Chicago PD. He says when they be having like psych evaluations and stuff, he said these motherfuckers here, they have to be hiring any goofy ass slow motherfucker to be on the police force. He said these motherfuckers is tarded. Yeah. You don't even get the RE. He said that's tarded. He said these motherfuckers come in here. He said he said all they know how to do is just shoot and point. They don't know how to read. They don't know how to write. They don't know how to comprehend. A lot of them have domestic violence in their background. A lot of them have sexual assault. A lot of them have like a stealing and thievery. He said the guys that they hire in the police force already have criminal records and bad histories. And he says one of the questions that they ask a lot of officers when they come into the police force, he says, why do you want to become an officer? You'll see some that say, oh, well, my father, my family, was an officer, whatever. That makes sense. He says, but the majority of them, well, I want to fight for the little guy. I was bullied in school. He said that's always a red flag. He said those are the cops or officers that's always the major problem. Every time there's a traffic stop or something, he said they are always the major problem. It never fails. And it's
one of the users, Jamie Manson, has said his name is Jonathan Ross. You're absolutely right. It's Jonathan J. Ross, age 43. He was in zip code 55318, and the cops helped him move out of his house. Piece of shit. Get this. He has an immigrant wife. So it was nothing about immigration. He himself has an immigrant wife, and he shot a wife.
Do you know the history behind them dating
I don't.
Asian? Oh yeah, so you're forgetting during like the military and stuff when they would go out to like the Philippines and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, okay.
They would, they will. It's this sexual geisha thing. They want the Asian, because the Asians do all that exotic stuff.
Want mission. They want to be like like
Yes.
Christopher Columbus. They want to go colonize a fucking thing, and they want to bring back a piece of award. They want to bring around. Oh, I went to this country. I didn't did some shit. I didn't colonize, and here I didn't brought me back a trophy. That's what it was. For me, I was in the military. Yeah, a lot of white people. I was in Korea. I lived in Korea for 2 years, and a lot of my counterparts, soldiers, employees in both also like what do you call it? What's the word when somebody's your co-worker? You know what I'm saying? They was so eager to get married to somebody in a foreign country, and I was like, why? Were you so fucking lonely? A lot, and conveniently, I'm speaking subjectively, but my experience, a lot of the people that were so eager to get married, it was like the mediocre white face dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A very bland kind of dude. He had a Confederate flag or some kind of Texas flag. You feel me? He had the build. When we go out of post and we was in civilian clothes and lived our lives as civilians and not working, they would be the ones with the cowboy hats and shit like that. Those motherfuckers were so eager to get married, and as soon as they find them a little piece of ass, just a little piece of ass, they would try to take that bitch back home. Even excuse me, I didn't mean to call her a B word, but they try to take it back home, get a visa, whatever. You know what I'm saying? In hopes that she would submit to her. Submit to them. You know what I'm saying? So that's a very common thing.
Yeah, and AGCF, he says Renee Nicole Good's GoFundMe just closed at $1.5 million.
Can we do the same for Keith, please?
Where's all these black celebrities and shit? Where's I'm not trying to throw nobody out there, but where is Beyonce and Jay-Z? Where's the tech guy that owns $1 billion or something in Maryland and stuff? Where's all the people from the BET Awards and stuff? Where's all you black people? That's what I be fucking talking about. Like, and we're gonna talk about this because recently there was an event at one of my friend's house, my roommate, and we're gonna talk about this either probably today or tomorrow. But there were some things that it's like black people, we always treat each other like shit. There should be no reason why that this man does not have more money than this. Black people, we talk a good game, but we are so concerned about buying. We got to have the new BMW. We got to have the new Prada and Gucci or Chanel's and stuff. We got to have all that stuff. But this man should not be at no fucking $35,000.
Yeah.
But when you see it firsthand, being in the black community, you see that we just don't support each other like that. It's like this whole thing. Well, I did all this and you do your own fucking thing.
I feel like a lot of that is tied into our history. If you really go look back at history, they wanted from the very beginning the black community to be separated. I have my theories about it. Is it women versus men? Is it light skin versus dark skin? Is it young versus old? It's all the above. It's just black disruption. They don't want black people to be unified, and that started from the very once they saw that what segregation. It didn't benefit us. Segregation was awful. But when segregation happened, you had no choice but to put your money back into the black community because you were segregated. And that helped us. And when they realized that, they was like, oh, shit, fuck that. And they desegregated us. And what the fuck happened? Something psychologically, but the black community at the time was so eager to go back into the white community. Why was they so eager to go back to the white community when they were the same people that shunned us from the very beginning? And that stuck, unfortunately. And so now I feel like we see the remnants of that, unresolved trauma where we don't support ourselves because like redlining was a way of hurting us, but it actually benefited us because you had to buy black. Now you have the opportunity to buy black, and they just made it more appealing to go to the other side. Unfortunately, is what I'm trying to get at. So
no, I definitely get it. And you know what Blue Sky line, sorry, didn't mean to butcher that. They said, I think Keith's that isn't getting the same amount of attention as Renee's because it wasn't caught on video. That went viral. That could be also true as well. But now that it's getting the attention, now that you see what his mom says, now that things are coming to light, a lot of these celebrities need to be talking about it. I just seen, what was the guy that plays the Incredible Hulk on the Marvels? What's the guy's name?
The white dude.
I forgot his name. But he was on the red carpet for the Golden Globes, and he says it was a little sticker on him, and he said, I support Renee and whatever. Well, I want to see if he has that same energy for what's going on with Keith. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I mean, you can't just be supporting, because they have white skin and look like me and have white skin. I'm just going to support the white folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
I said, because black people always supporting y'all asses and then y'all never support us. So when I'm telling y'all, when we start seeing all these other people supporting us and doing the same thing, then we will finally say something about it. So we're going to take a short break. We're going to be right back with a few other things. We're going to take a commercial break. Also, we have some of our viewers that have went to FTP store. They sent us some photos of everything, of their products and stuff. So we want to thank you just to give a shout out. Oh, somebody said Mark, what's it, Ruffalo? Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, it was him. And it's just, it was bullshit. And I'm sitting here like, okay, so I want to see it. The key thing is out now. I want to see he has that same energy.
True.
I want to see his ass had that. And if he's not, he's full of shit just like the rest of them. He can shut the fuck up with that performative ass shit.
In 2025, ICE murdered 35 people.
They did.
We're not even a full month into ICE. I mean, 2026, and here we are, 2 people. So I want to put that in perspective for y'all.
And no coverage on them. But this white woman gets, and don't get me wrong, this video shows it, but there's other videos out there. You see that, you just seen that Latin dude, that man was getting kneed in the face, and you seen what happened to his face. I want to see these same white folks out here with the same badges of Keith and everybody else. Don't do performative shit just because it's a white person. Do it for everybody. Let's keep it all the way 100. So we're going to be right back, and we're going to talk about a few other things. And also, you guys, thank you guys for the comments. This is some really good stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in as well. We'll be right back.
Check. Is this thing on? Bitch. So we made it to the end of 2025, and I'm gonna say the quiet part out loud. That pretty much sums up the year. A lot of loss, or restructuring, if you will. I'm grateful to somehow be walking out of this old year and into a new one with my mental and physical health intact. A lot of death, a lot of loss, a lot of mess. A lot of realizing some people and even systems just ain't shit. But it has made me look at where and how I was spending my time and money. And even racism, like never ever before. Not that it's ramped up, but it's just more visible due to almost everyone now having a cell phone, social media, and this raggedy administration and a lot of people seeking truth. Which brings me to my next point. Sky Daddy. Lord. God. Your people need you. Some of us feel like you just left us out here to dry up and wither away. And that's just this year. Imagine how God's people felt when their family member got lynched and murdered with no random bystanders recording via cell phone or police body cam footage. Or better yet, what was it like for those who went through, endured, and didn't survive slavery? Just a question. I'm going to leave that in 2025, hoping 2026 Sky Daddy comes through with answers. Bye! But wait, before I go. Remember to check in on your strong friends. Remember to check in on your strong friends. We're tired. Yeah, we're tired. Okay, bye. Happy New Year.
Fresh off the pole, motherfuckers with an attitude. No papers, no English, anti-black and rude. You POC, but you wanna be YT. Seat at the table, as an equal you'll never be. Came to this country off the civil rights side. Get your money up, then stab us in the back. You hate us, but you need us. Gotta make it make sense. When it comes to the whites, y'all just niggas with accents. Let them know y'all just niggas with accents. Let them know y'all just niggas with accents. Let them know y'all just niggas with accents.
Silk Press Jesus has returned. He's white, historically rebranded, and grinder approved for Christian comfort. Don't miss your blessing. Order now.
Get out, get on out. Get out, get on out. Can't stay on the scene unless you got that green. Whoa! Get out, get on out. Get out, get on out. Ice is on that ass. You don't get a fourth chance. Whoa! Get out, get on out. Whoa! Get out. I didn't vote black. Got that ass in back. Whoa! Get out, get on out. Whoa! Get out.
Hey guys, y'all back. Hey, welcome back to For the People podcast. I'm joined by Stone. This is our history teacher. And I want to thank you guys for all the comments and everything, and thank you guys for what you guys currently do. We really do appreciate it. One of the things that I wanted to show, we have Chessie Jones. Chessie, I'm going to show this real quick, and let me see here 1 second. 1 second here. I'm going to pull this up. I want to show you this. So this is the ice cup. So ice ain't moving fast enough. Thank you so much for the purchase. We do appreciate it. That's another photo of it right by next to the Christmas tree. So, we want to thank y'all for all the love and support that you guys are giving us. Like, we really do appreciate it. We appreciate everybody that do the Cash Apps and Venmos. We appreciate everybody that do the Super Chats. This does help us do our, for donations to help us reach our goals. So we do appreciate that. So thank you guys so much. Also, as we are returning, as you were talking about ICE and like what they are allowed to do legally and not legally do, I wanted to pull this up for us real quick because somebody created a list, and this is a legal list. And so we want you guys to know that this list is the actual legal list. So this is what ICE, what they can and cannot do, okay? So they're not the police force. ICE is an immigration agency, not a general law enforcement. Stopping vehicles. They can only stop a vehicle if they have reasonable suspicion of an immigration violation or an official warrant. There can't be no random stops, so keep fucking moving. Detention rules. They can only detain you if reasonable suspicion of being undocumented or a valid immigration warrant. They cannot detain U.S. citizens. They've been doing this illegally as well. Use of firearms. They can only draw a gun if immediate threat of a serious harm. No guns to intimidate. Bystanders. ICE has no authority over U.S. citizens, people filming or passing by. Being nearby is not a crime. ICE cannot stop, detain, or threaten U.S. citizens. So I want to let you guys know this is the law. This is in DOJ's policy. You can go look it up yourself. Your local law enforcement has those type of rules. But even with local law enforcement, they can't just be kicking in your house. They still got to go back with a judge and get a warrant. Or something of that nature. So we just want to let you know what your legal standing is on here, okay? Also, somebody tried to smear Nicole Renee's Good's name. So they made up some fake, some fake posts and put this on social media saying that she has this criminal record. So we're going to take a look at this video and let me know what you think.
So these pathetic animals, better known as conservatives, MAGA, and Trump supporters, these subhumans, these Neanderthals, are literally making fake-ass fucking arrest records to justify her being the domestic terrorist. Check this out. Renee Good had no significant criminal history and was never charged or convicted of a crime beyond a single traffic ticket. Misinformation and fake arrest records circulated online after her death. But these have been debunked by news outlets and public record searches. So for all you Neanderthals that are cosplaying human beings and shit, your ooga booga logic is snitching on you. It's easily debunked. You're not one of us. Furthermore, all of y'all deserve a dome shot in front of your children on a Sunday leaving church. How desperate must you be to take the death of a woman and fabricate some made up crimes and shit to justify your position to agree with her being murdered? Y'all motherfuckers are the virus, and I can't wait till we collectively extract you bitches and discard you somewhere where your decomp body would prove to be fertilizer to ensure that the grass grows green. This is pathetic and desperate, and this is...
So let me read some of the comments here. And actually, I want to see, he actually knows Nikki, I believe. So I think they have some type of friendship there. So I want to see if he can come on the show, because I do see that a lot of his content is gaining traction. Somebody says they're still mad. Little old Charlie Kirk got his TV turned off. Another person says, and y'all president is a 34-count felon, so what's up? Another person says, I wish nothing but the worst for these people. And another person says, the mental gymnastics it takes to be MAGA is astounding. To sit here and literally do this to this woman is insane.
I'm so glad you brought this up, because I was actually in the process of making a video, but I'm gonna give you a little exclusive here. I actually found the criminal record of the person who they tried to slander her with. The person's name is Candace Brown. She's age 42, and her date of birth is 5/10/1983. You can look it up yourself. You feel me? But I was like, whose record are they using? It's a white lady. Her name is Candace Brown. She's also in Minnesota. So, and then you go actually go fact check who the Nicole Good's actual record. She does have a record, but like as it said, nothing outstanding, nothing significant. It's literally like traffic tickets. It's like failed to have a vehicle inspected or whatever. And the thing is, how you know this is fake, her maiden name is still her background check name. So it's Renee Nicole Macklin, not Renee Nicole Good. You feel me? If you go look up her full name, it's Renee Nicole Macklin. If you go background check that, 2 traffic infractions, maybe 3, as opposed to this lady who they actually tried to use, which again is Candace. So,
yeah, and you know what gets me about that?
What
is that? Now white folks see how black people feel now. When we do something, well, he should have complied. Well, what did he do? Well, I didn't see the video before then. Well, you're taking it out of context. It's always a fucking rebuttal all the time. And now they see firsthand how it works on a fucking black person. After 500 fucking years, everybody is seeing this.
And people are still in denial. First off, fuck Andre Williams, that black coon. I made a video about him.
Oh, that coon ass nigga.
Oh, I made a video about him because you know what the first thing he did? This nigga had the audacity to get some kind of AI. He used AI to put the cop's face on her like George Floyd kneeling.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He pretty much did that, but he put the cop's face and he put her kneeling. And first off, they don't like your black ass either. You feel
look
me?
at this,
and you just look at that shit.
Exactly. Crazy.
You know, they both died in Minnesota. So like it's like really, who the fuck was him to do that? So I reposted the video. When I got a video out there, guys. If you didn't know, my name's Still Low Key. I got a video where I got a platform pretty much where I expose racism, and I'll put your whole life on display. Fuck with me, you feel me? But I put Andre Williams' life on display. I found his background. I talked about his history. He is the most nigga of all niggas. So I don't know why he's so fluent and eager to put on a minstrel show for these white folks, and they don't give a fuck about him. You know what I'm saying? But whatever.
Mm-hmm. And you know what gets me about this is that. Let somebody say something about Charlie Kirk's old racist, subpar, low ass. All of a sudden, everybody would be so upset. Oh my God, you testing about Charlie Kirk? Charlie Kirk, you said something. I'm like, are you serious? I said, and this is what gets me. They white folks will puff themselves up. This is that bullshit that we see even with sinners and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When you have to sit here and change the rules and change the law and make a law to block this and block that. That tells you that you're not at the top of the food chain.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you, because if you have to sit here and block somebody's success or change, even with that ice skater, and we talked about this before, she did the backflip and was the only female to really do it ever, still to this day. And they sat here and changed the rules and disqualify her, and she didn't win the gold.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. I said, y'all have to literally make up a rule or a law. I don't care if it's at work or if it's at a sporting event or whatever. Y'all have to make up a rule and law to make yourselves feel superior. Mm-hmm. And people say, well, how do people like this get in power? I said, well, when you're thinking of humanity and you're like, okay, I believe that these people may have humanity. And you're saying, okay, these people have humanity. But then behind closed doors, they're saying, okay, yeah, what we're going to do is, we're going to, just with like what they did with the Trail of Tears. Mm-hmm. We're going to act like we like these people and, and have these fake alliances and stuff. And then once we get them defenses, we're going to go ahead and put them in a stable and burn them all alive.
And you know how sick these people can be? Because
that's sick.
There's this guy, I'm going to spoil his name. His name is Nathaniel Clemmer. It's a YouTuber that pretty much went to a vigil for Renee. And as they were chanting her name, say her name, he was like, go ice, go ice, go ice. He just in her. I'm surprised he didn't get smacked in the face. Somebody should have attacked. He should have never left that shit unscathed. He should have left him busted. But this nigga went looking for attention. They tried to ignore him at first, and you know what I'm saying. We gotta. You said it like maybe 2 shows ago. We gotta stop ignoring. We gotta start matching energy. You know what I'm saying? It's enough of this bullshit. Nikki was saying somebody should have smacked that motherfucker upside the head because he went into that bitch. Somebody's death. Somebody. They're honoring somebody's death, and you had the audacity to be like, fuck her. Go ice at her vigil. You know what I'm saying? Somebody should have just what? You know what I'm saying? But his name is Nathaniel. I got a drop on him. His video's coming soon. Like I said, I expose everybody. His ass is going down.
And you know what? And please send those videos. Please send them because
I will. I didn't know because
we
I got
on
it.
it.
Yo, actually, have you seen that video of that racist Snickers Kit Kat?
Oh, we played that. We played the Kit Kat. Oh, there's a Kit Kat and a Snickers
go to my
one.
page. I put them on full blade. I got his whole life on display.
Oh, you do? We go.
Yeah, I already did it. I found him. 1 million views, huh? 1 million likes, huh? Okay, America. Okay. Look, I showed you exactly who you support. He's Section 8. He lives in Detroit and he's Section 8. You know what I'm saying?
Not Section 8.
Section 8 on display. On display. You know me.
Section 8.
Mm-hmm.
Section 8, and you out here. But we also played that other video. The white dude that attacked that Latin guy that was out there selling flowers. I said, when you don't have the skills to create, and you don't have the skills to work and be along and do things and contribute, all you have is that caveman Neanderthal mentality. If I can't beat you, I'm gonna try to kill you, and then what I'm gonna do is take your idea and I'm gonna implement it. And that's what they do. And like I said it before, and Nikki says all the time, this is a good quote, and she's gonna she's gonna put merch out for this. If it don't apply, let the fuck fly. We know there's good white folks out there like Jane Fonda and John F. Kennedy and Betty Whites and stuff. We know that. I wouldn't be here without that if it wasn't for some good white people, because I dealt with so many of the bad ones. I said there has to be some good ones, and they are.
Mm-hmm.
The same with any race. Latins, there's some Latins I fuck with, there's some Latins I don't. But I said, when y'all have people, I said what people need to do is, I'm telling you, have you ever watched The Boys on Amazon Prime?
Oh, the superheroes. Yeah.
Y'all better be so fucking glad they ain't got no compound V. I would be fucking up a lot of people right now.
Oh man,
y'all be in a world of hurt. I said, because I don't have time for this shit. I said, we keep and somebody stated this before. We put this on the show before. What they should have did during the Civil War is how they do everybody else. They should have when I tell you, they should have sat there and how they treated the blacks and the even the Italians before they were considered white. They only considered them white because they didn't want to ban them with blacks. And the Trail of Tears and all that, they should have hung all those people from the South just like they do everybody else. Mm-hmm. That's the quiet part allowed. People don't want to talk about that. They conducted treason. Y'all assassinated the president of the United States. Even after that, y'all sat here and divided the country. Y'all did all this stuff, and that's the problem. This is the problem I have with a lot of these liberal whites and stuff like that, and liberal people of color and stuff, because blacks ain't in that category. Y'all continue to keep giving them chances. If these people ever get their way to do what they want, they will have Nazi Germany 2 part 2.0 over here, which they already have. There's already 1,500 people that's missing from Alligator Alcatraz.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I said they don't care. They get their way. They lock. They gassing everybody.
Mm-hmm. And that's my problem. Is I feel like I talk about this, and I got some stuff coming up where I'm making a video, but like I feel like America never properly rectified the Civil War. You didn't condemn the South. You had think about Al Qaeda. Al Qaeda, they came for everybody. They didn't care. 10 years later, they kicking down doors, shooting niggas in the head. They didn't do that for the Confederacy. Those motherfuckers went on to go to the South and put on suits and ties and run the government. That's all they did. You feel me? They lay low for a couple years and they built their presence back up in other ways that were relevant to the times, which is legislation. You feel me? Yeah. So, but again, you got Al Qaeda. They went to hell and who was Al Qaeda? Brown people. So they went to the ends of earth to go rectify the brown people. And it wasn't even them. It was who did it died on that plate. But nah, they didn't care. They wanted to go all the way to the end of their bloodline to make sure they got justice for America. But they couldn't do that for slavery. They didn't do it for slavery. You know what I'm saying? So I just sent you that video, by the way. So.
All right, perfect. I'll actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and play it now. Give me a second to pull it up, you guys. I am going to see if it pulled up here. Let's go ahead and see if this pulls up real quick. 1 second. Did you do it with what's her name?
Mrs. What's her name?
Yes,
yeah, somebody tagged me in it, and I made the video. Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right, I am going to pull this up for you, and we're going to show you this guy's information. We have all the information right here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Let me know what you think.
Has 2 million likes, and I honestly feel sick.
Pick that damn cotton candy, you dirty snigger. Disobey me one more time and no.
Might not be able to play that song. They might.
Copyright, yeah.
Yeah.
and it'll change soon. Right now, it transitioned to another song. I try to stop it too. Here it coming soon. I'm just giving you the history about minstrel shows, pretty much, effectively why this is racist. I try to give a lesson if I can, and then after that, I tell you his whole life.
Okay, no, thank you for that. We appreciate it.
Yeah, the song should be off now. There you go.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Beat mama.
You gotta get copyrights. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's his big brother in jail for possession. That's that fat ass right there. I'll show you how I did it.
Damn.
From that information right there, I found his house. There he is right there. I confirmed his house with screenshots from the apartment website. That's his personal Instagram if anybody wants to go. I went and go ahead and reached out to the leasing department and advised them that he was doing obscene things in the apartments. They actually did get back to me, and I hope he gets evicted, honestly. I really do. And that's my channel if you want to support. If you like content like that, I do that all the time. You feel me? Just tag me in a video. If it justifies something like this, I'll make a video. We'll do education about it, and then we'll expose them for who they really are.
Hey, you know what? That's some good work, man. This is our history teacher, y'all. Go follow him, Stone Loki. You have somebody that you have problems with, or racism, or things that work, or whatever. He can look it up, of course, for a fee. But he'll look it up for you. So ain't things for free here.
Yeah.
But he will look it up for you as well. But that's good work that you did. That's like some private investigator type shit.
Of a company. So yeah, but I appreciate you guys. Yeah. Just when it comes to racism, I'm not charging nobody. This is a community effort. I want to hold people accountable. But if you got a personal matter, yeah, reach out to me and we'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Yeah, and I want to play y'all another video that's been making its rounds. This one, this is the shit I tell people when I talk about Kansas and Missouri. This is the shit we be talking about. People think I tell you, I show so many videos on here. I feel so vindicated by so many things. I feel vindicated about something that happened this past weekend. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But I want y'all to see this video and let me know what y'all think here. This has been making its rounds as well.
Wow. That was there you go. There you go.
Match these motherfuckers' energy. Like people getting tired of that shit.
He said,
his pussy ass can't fight. He wanted kicked it. Look at all the white folks go to his aid.
They appalled, yeah. And did you see that one thing of the Amazon worker that whooped that white boy ass on the
plane? Yes,
and they all tried to call the cops on him. I think you played it here. They all tried to call the cops on him, but where was then when the white dude was spitting on the black dude? You know what I'm saying?
That's why I don't have time for them. It's this performative bullshit. When I tell you, I don't fuck with a lot of people in general. I already have anxiety and all that stuff from just growing up in foster care and stuff that I talked about briefly on this show and fam stuff. I don't fuck with a lot of people, but when it comes to a lot of white folks just from growing up and then also my last job with all that bullshit that happened, it's like an 80-20 split. I only fuck with like 20% of them.
Wow.
Yeah, I said because this is shit that we will see, and then when they would expect you not to hit them back, and then if you do hit them back, then they want to be 15-1. That's why I told you when me and my brother went out, we never went out by ourselves. We was rolling with other black guys. Period. And Latins. The cool Latins, not the I will vote for Donald Trump, not those fake motherfuckers, the real Latins. And this is what we would have. We would experience shit like this all the time. And I would, some commenters said something about this as well. Somebody said I watched this 4 times. I watched it more than that. Somebody else says they were fine with him kicking you, but to jump to the rescue when the Sparta kicked him into the abyss. Didn't I just say this?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't I just say
they're fine with the mistreatment of us, but the moment you hurt one of them, like, hey, let's not be too hostile here. Was he not hostile towards me first? You know what I'm saying?
This is why I don't fuck with a lot of them.
Even Andre asked, I'm mad that I'm mentioning him this fucking much, but Andre Williams, did you know he got into a fight? He got into a fight when he went to one of them rallies being coon and shit, and the cops arrested his black ass, not the white people that assaulted him, but him. He was actually the victim, but he got arrested.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna show you, and this is I like to put this on here because I let white folks speak now. I stopped speaking for shit anymore. I stopped speaking for Latin. I let the Latins the Latin ladies that were sitting here talking about how black people, are the reason why y'all over here and how you're able to progress. I put videos up so people can show we not just talking for our health on this show. People really are sitting here talking about this shit, and they know how people are. They know how you are. Oh, this is not the one, actually. I'm gonna play this one. But they know how you are. They know how their people are. I grew up in the house. I grew up in Asian and white house. I grew up in a white house. I grew up in a black house. The only house I really haven't grown up in is like East Indian or whatever, but I've hung around them.
Yeah. And
I'm just telling you, I mean, when you hang around different cultures of people, you kind of start to see who they are. And so now not just the white folks, when a white person says it to them, it's like, oh my God, maybe I am being a bad person. When a black person says, well, you're reverse racism and stuff, I'm not arguing with your asses no more in 2026 and beyond. You go do that shit with somebody else. Don't do that shit with me.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm tired. Like I went through so much with this last job. When I tell you I had a breakdown with this last job, I love what I do. I love helping people. I love being in medicine and stuff. But when I have to sit here and deal with people's bullshit, it's the people that make the shit hard. I get tired of that shit. I just want to go to work and do my job. When I'm out in public or whatever, and people be trying to talk to me, I'm like, what do you want? And I hate to have sometimes I have a resting bitch face. I have that face sometimes because I don't want to be bothered. Because all they want to ask me, do you play sports? How often do you work out?
Yeah, exactly.
You ask me the goofiest fucking question. So go figure it out. Go take a screenshot of me. And then what you go do is you go look me up on Google and see if I play sports or not. Like everybody else do. And that answers your dumbass question. How about that? So we're going to play this video right here. This is a white man saying this. So we're going to take a look. Let me know what you think.
Middle Passage, white people. Slavery, white people. Jim Crow, white people. Lynchings, white people. Trail of Tears, white people. Wounded Knee, white people. Asian internment camps, white people. The vast majority of gun violence, white people. You see a trend? January 6th, white people. Ahmaud Arbery, 3 white guys. George Floyd, white guys. The felon in the White House, a white man. You see a trend? But somehow, the white man has convinced stupid, uneducated, trailer park trash, 3-teeth inbreds, white supremacists, Triple K members, that the brown people picking your almonds and your walnuts and your lettuce and your avocados, somehow they're the fucking problem. They're not. We are. And until we grasp that, we can blame and sit here with all of these left bro podcasters and the Pod Save America and the Midas Touches and talk about, oh, it's the cost of eggs. It's the cost of gas. Fuck it is. No, it's not. Why haven't we had a woman president? Why did we go from a black president to the most corrupt white man in the history of our country? Why did the majority of white people, the only demographic that didn't vote for Harris, and that same demographic didn't vote for Zohran Mamdani? Because we're the problem. Because there is a chunk of this country that is afraid that the white majority is going away. And they're going to kick and scream like little children, like Santa Claus taking away your present, because they think that their traditional family values is going away. And this country and the Republican Party has done a good job of indoctrinating a bunch of white men. And just me saying this, leave this country, Webb, that's indoctrination. It's a fact. Every sentence, this is how it goes. Once upon a time, freedom, God, Jesus, freedom, freedom, Second Amendment. I went on vacation to Hawaii, freedom, Second Amendment, freedom, freedom, Bed Bowl Eagles, freedom, the greatest in the world. This is how their brains are working. Because they don't have critical thinking. They've been indoctrinated. And for them to be woke, which means actually seeing this country for what it is, it's breaking their brains. because they've been lied to their entire life, and their version of American exceptionalism is bullshit. And they know it is, and they don't want it to be, because they want their whiteness to keep them at the top of the food chain. Have yourself a white day.
And that's from a white man. I'm gonna read some of the comments before we discuss this. One person says, "And to top it all, on top of it all, they play victim." Another person says, "Rich people convincing poor people that it's other poor people's that's keeping them poor." Another person says, and that's facts. Another person says, "No one lie was detected during the filming of this video." And another person says, "And they are only 13 to 16% of the world's population." Shaking my damn head. And this is what gets me. And he was being generous on the atrocities of white folks. This was just what I was writing down, just thinking about all the other stuff that he didn't say. Just some of them. Responsible for the Inquisition, responsible for the Crusades, responsible for the 30 Years' War, responsible for the Civil War, responsible for World War I and World War II, Bolshevik Revolution, French Revolution, Salem witch trials. Just if I go off the top of my head, the whole thing that happened with India and Gandhi, the whole thing that happened in Argentina, wiped out all the indigenous there. What happened in Australia, everybody keeps forgetting. The white people that's over there, you're forgetting why they're over there currently. The British Empire at the time sent all their worst criminals to Australia. This is why Australia is having problems right now. You need to look at the news, not in CNN, BBC.
They worse than us.
They are way worse.
Yeah, they snobby motherfuckers, snobby.
The indigenous people can't really even own land in Australia. People that's been there for thousands of years.
And let me tell you something. Like, you got to think. You think about history from this way. It's kind of funny. All the losers came to America because if you were a winner, you would have never left your continent. And the great British, why would you leave if you had it made for yourself? You had to go to another country because you got kicked out your home country. And so the losers came to America. Obviously, it made who we are today. But ultimately, the losers went to America. You know what I'm saying? So the losers are now the ones. The ancestors of losers who continue to be losers are the ones trying to tell us about ourselves because we made something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? When we were disadvantaged from the very beginning and somebody had upwards of 500 years to catch up and they still didn't do shit with their lives. You know what I'm saying? Also, something that he said that I want to ride back on. Oh, what did he say?
I'll take your time. Take your time. You good.
Yeah, I speak a lot. I speak so fast too. But like that, I wanted to point out that. And also, I'm so mad. You got anything to say? I'll come back.
Oh, no problem. And while he's away, I'm just going to read some of the comments. Democracy, she says, my two white sisters-in-laws was jaw-jack racist before I even hear what was said. They're real ones. I am the dark magician. The problem with good white people thing is that it's always so few of them, generation after generation. That is facts. Why is that? The all benefit from the damn system. Just two white folks arguing. That is true. And that's why I keep saying that over and over. I said, this is the shit that we have to put up with. It's this whole thing of like, okay, you got one group of white folks. They're over here. We're going to do the lynchings. We're going to do the killings. We're going to drag them down the street. We're going to put people in gas chambers. We're going to burn them up. We're going to poison their water. We're going to do all these things. We're going to blow up their buildings, blah, blah, blah. Then you have the other ones on the flip side of that. Oh, well, I don't think it's right, but, I don't want to get involved, but I'm going to say something behind the scenes or, I'll you protest and I'll sign a petition, but I might not do this or do that or what. And they would sit there and watch the whole thing because they don't want to lose their white privilege. Me and Nikki speak about this so much on the show. They don't want to lose their white privilege. So they will sit there and they will play the fence. And I tell people, y'all better be careful with those people that play the fence. That shit will get you fucked up. I've seen it happen to too many people. They be thinking, oh, they ride with me and everything, blah, blah. Baby, they working on their plan to get you up out of here so they can take your spot. I've seen it happen at work. I've seen it happen outside of work. Y'all got to be careful dealing with certain groups of people. Let me tell you something. If I don't see you doing Jane Fonda type advocating and Betty White type advocating, or we had a white lady that we showed her video, she was out there in the street. She was all over the ICE agents. You're not doing that. We don't want it. Keep it, because that's that fake ass two-faced stuff, and that's the shit that'll get your ass shot and killed. Blue Skyline says MAGA tried to shame who celebrate Charlie Kirk's death. One of them bragged about Renee's death over a megaphone. I think I saw that video. I think that was one of the videos I did see. Dark Rich says Stone Loki ain't new. My fault, bro. You've been on the show before. I'm kind of no. I'll let him know that you said that. HECS says, I believe you, Chris. I'm from the Midwest. Nothing but nice nasty. That nice nasty is, baby, that shit is dangerous. I tell people, y'all got to be careful who y'all be friends with. Y'all got to be careful who y'all talk to. When I tell you I don't talk to people at work, you don't need to know what I'm doing. You don't need to know about my family. You don't need to know anything. Because they would use that. And what I noticed about racist people, they would sit there and they would make up something that don't exist. And I'm like, you do know that this don't exist. No, but it's possible. It's y'all will imagine a black guy coming on a damn sleigh and steal all y'all resources and drive off in a sleigh. And so then you would go house to house and you would target black people because somebody said that a black Santa Claus is coming into your town and they're taking all your resources. That's the type of shit y'all make up, and y'all would have people believe in that. And based off everything that's going on with MAGA with low IQs, I kind of see it. I mean, the shit that y'all do, it's mind-boggling. I will sit there and I'll be like, what's wrong with them? Oh, I think Loki's back. Sorry, I'm pulling him back in.
Hey, I'm just saying, Cox owe me some fucking money. I'm tired of this shit right here. Cox owe me something. I need a rebate, Cox. Because
what happened?
I don't know, internet something. But my apologies. But I wanted to say two things while we're still on the topic. Is yes. I firmly, what I'm starting to realize, because if you guys take time to go to my page, you'll see that a lot of the people that I out all look the same. You know what I'm saying? And they all got the same kind of funky, retarded ass look. And I know that's a bad word. I shouldn't say that, but you know
people throw around it anywhere like water. Everybody's getting the same motherfucking treatment on this show.
But what I realize is a lot of these motherfuckers got low testosterone. It shows in their face. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And so I started to do a study. I swear to God, I started to do a study. Guess who got the best? Guess which two races have the lowest decline in birth rates? It is whites and Asian America. If you go do history, Asian America is in a fertilization crisis. White people are worried about being replaced. And then you go look at the studies. There's actually studies saying that both of those races, even though they're both in decline, they both have low testosterone. So it's not my philosophy that I feel like low T is a primary driver or one of the pillars to racism. You got low testosterone as a white boy and you just can't help, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I honestly believe that. And I'm going to put it together to make it more visual, to make it sense. But this is something I've come to think about myself. What do you guys think?
Oh, well, shoot. Democracy. She says, Stone, I was busted in 2006 for being a white hat on the dark web. So I'm afraid to use my skills to be on.
We need you right now. Revolutionary.
We need partner with him.
Gray hat, but revolutionary.
Yeah.
For real.
Partner with him, Democracy. Partner with him. Kids, my name says, yep. And you can love the job and hate the people. That is true. I mean, that's such a true thing. Like it's just people make the job difficult, and then when you have to deal with somebody that's mediocre, they don't know the position, they don't know what they're doing, and you're the one teaching them everything. And then once you teach them, they're trying to tell you how to do your job. I'd be like, can you please shut the fuck up and get away from me? You sound stupid. You don't know what you're doing. I'm the one teaching you everything. And it just be those things. And you guys, thank you for being in the comments. Remember, the FTP podcast show is for you guys. Sorry we were not here. I apologize many times yesterday as well. Sorry we were not here yesterday. We had a lot of stuff going on, but we are here now. Then Democracy also says, MAGA has monopolized the Gadsden flag, but I am a snake. We are the snakes. We're rattling, gathering, and warning our government. Don't tread on us. And then Cold-Blooded says, you need to get a book written by Pat. You need to get the book written by Pat Robinson, The Death of the West. Yeah. I'm telling you what. United States need a huge shakeup. I think this whole Trump thing, this was why I'm not blaming like the Trump administration for anything, because I said he's a reflection of this country. A lot of white folks act like that. You can go to any job and you have a Trump, you have a Christy Noem, you have a Caroline Levitt, you have a RFK Jr., you have a McMahon, you have them in every fucking department acting like that. When you go to HR, there was a company I was working for in the past. I ain't going to put their shit out there, but it was a company I was working for in the past. We had to look at all the EEOC claims and sexual assault claims and stuff like that was done by white men and white women supporting it.
I believe it.
And so the legal team, because they had to hire a new legal team because there was another lawsuit that happened, and they said, "Why did you guys fix this shit before?" And they're like, "Well, this happened, and this guy was a senior vice president, and this guy was this, and there was when I tell you, there was claim after claim of them paying out SA, sexual assault, and racism and stuff. It was ridiculous, and the HR department was complacent in this stuff. Didn't do anything about it. Just brushed it off. Oh, this person's complaining. This person's doing this. This is why I tell you guys, y'all got to document just everything. We're going to go to another topic real quick, and then we're going to close out the show. We're going to do our funny videos after that. This is something I want to bring up. We did briefly talk about the Black community a little bit. This was something that had popped up on my feed. I just want y'all to take a look at this and let me know what y'all think of this. And this is something that I also will talk with Trey and Nikki about. We'll be right back.
Talking to me?
I'm talking to whoever had a picture of me up on their profile. That's what I'm talking to.
I had a picture of you on my, yes, I did have a picture
Okay,
of you
so
on
bitch, why do you have a picture of me on your shit?
The same, I thought the picture, girl, it's a public picture that everybody got. What the fuck are you talking about?
Nah, do you want to fight?
Bitch, I don't give a fuck what the fuck you want.
Okay, so bitch,
I don't give a
let
fuck.
me know.
Tell
Let
me,
me know. Let me know, ho. Let me know.
You don't
Let me
scare
know, ho.
nobody
Make
over
me
here,
know
girl.
it. Make me know it.
You're a
Oh,
mad
you
ass
bum
bitch.
ass
You're really
motherfucker.
mad. You stay mad, bitch. So
Y'all,
stay the
I'm
fuck
not
mad.
gonna lose
Stay
my
mad,
TikTok
Cherry.
page
Stay
for
mad.
this
You're
dirty
always
ass
mad.
sissy.
I've
The hoe,
never
whenever you
seen
want
a
it,
bitch
bitch, let
walking
me
around
know.
mad
I'm not
24
finna argue
fucking
with none of you
over a
pressed ass,
fucking
flop
public
ass hoes.
picture that's on
Bitch,
the
in
fucking
the
internet that I've
nerve
been
that I
posted,
spared
that I've
this
been
bitch.
fucking had.
Y'all know she
Girl,
lost
do
her
you wanna fight,
motherfucking
bitch?
house
Don't
because
challenge
she's
me
a
to a good
pervert, a
motherfucking time.
pedophile, a
Bitch, 'cause I'll
pedo.
rock your
Y'all
motherfucking
do know
world,
that,
bitch.
right?
So
And
stop
I
fucking
had the
playing with me,
audacity
dumbass.
never to speak on this bitch
You
because
fucking
I don't
mad
know
at the
this
whole
hoe.
fucking
And I would
world.
never
Bitch, you
disrespect
stay
this bitch
fucking
because
mad
I
at
don't know
every
this hoe.
fucking
The
thing.
nerve
You's a
of
mad.
you.
Y'all are really some
The
mad
nerve
ass
of you,
bitches.
hoe. The
You're
nerve.
mad.
Oh my God. So I want to talk about this in a little bit. Somebody says, do you want to fight is just so direct and straight to the point. Another person says, if a stranger had my face as their profile pic, I'd be annoyed too. I don't see how this was Cherry also being mad. I think if I change my profile pic to yours right now, you'll be in my inbox asking, what is it given? Another person says, like, how are you going to call him a sissy? Like you're not in full drag. Oh God. This is what so, and I want to talk about Trey because Trey's really in the heart of like the LGBT stuff and everything. I know you straight, you got a wife and everything. My brother straight has a wife and everything as well. He came to visit this past weekend, and there was some 2 other people from out of town. And when I tell you this was how the gay dudes, there was a party that was recently at the house and not thrown by me. And when I tell you this is how the gay dudes acted, it was all, it was Black people. And I'm saying, what's wrong? What's wrong with y'all? Is, I got a Birkin, I got the new Chanel, and I got this. And what bothered me mostly is there was some people talking about their business. They had a business like how we're doing. They had their clothing line, and somebody had another, like I guess, a facial product line. And the way that some of the people was like, oh, well, oh, that's nice, congratulations for you. But they was like, then they start going back to their Prada and their Gucci. And I'm sitting here like, y'all sitting here supporting a bunch of fucking white folks that don't even like y'all asses. They don't even like y'all. First of all, they stole the designs from Black people anyways. Go look at the original African designs. And this is from the 1600s. You got to go all the way back in time. All the way back in time. And then they reselling it to you at a high price. They're reselling Black shit, reselling us our own shit. Mm-hmm. And what got me about that was that it's like the Black community in general can sit here and support everybody else's shit, but we can't support each other. Just like what happened with the guy with the Keith Porter with the $35,000. Yeah. And so, that's bothersome. What were you about to say?
Slightly touching on that, because I identify straight. I live in a community enriched full of people. Las Vegas is a very colorful city. So
it really is.
I do come across a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? But as far as these people were acting, it's just like a lot of that is a lot of unchecked emotion. That is a lot of immaturity in that room. I don't think it has nothing entirely to do with being gay or straight. It's just but I do feel like there is a common trend amongst the LGBTQ community where you want to be validated so much that your emotions go unchecked because nobody ever validates you. So when you get into those wars or those disputes, it's like full-blown disaster, end of the world, because they don't already have unregulated emotions from pretty much not being addressed in childhood of how they identify.
They need to go see a fucking psychiatrist then.
Yeah.
I mean, literally,
agree. Like mental health.
They need to go see a psychiatrist. This is the problem. And I'm just speaking facts. I think a lot of them need to go to get mental treatment. Because some of the shit, I be sitting here like the way y'all sit here and talk and treat each other, and I think a lot of people in the Black community in general need to anyways. We got a lot of Marion Sims from Precious, that lady who Monique played. They run around here like rampant. But it was like a lot of these people, a lot of the gay people that came to the party, it was, oh, you know, well, I'm making this money here. And it was all about money and status. And I said, y'all have all this stuff. And then what bothered me the most was like how they just like got into this like whole argument on here. It was their attitude. It was the cursing at each other. It was the disrespecting each other. We had a neighbor, and I felt so vindicated this past weekend because she says, you don't never fuck with nobody. You don't really come out. And then she started to see how a lot of these gay people, because I don't fuck with a lot of people. I'm fine about everybody and keep it moving. And she says, I see why. She says, I start to see stuff too. And then other people, the other two that was from, one was from Louisiana, one was from Texas, they said, we just see them just throwing all types of shots at you. You ain't did shit to them. I said, I don't even fuck with these old flaming gay ass dudes. I don't fuck with them. I don't do anything to them for you to sit here and be disrespectful to me. Then it was, I was helping out with, just helping out with ice. You know how you got to keep champagne chilled? So I was helping out with ice, and I moved the drawer out. And I'm gonna talk about this with Trey and Nikki so they can kind of understand, because Trey kind of knows how this community out here is. And I said, excuse me. A few people, well, all the people moved besides this one person. Now, this one person came to the house, didn't even say hi to me or nothing. And somebody else noted it, said, how did this go come into your house and not say hi? I said, this is how these motherfuckers are out here. It's a mental illness with a lot of them. They be thinking that everything is a Housewives of Atlanta or what's that, Bad Girls Club and Drag Race. And I said, this is real life. You will get your ass beat fucking with me.
And even Bad Girls Club is bad. It's bad. That's bad. That's minstrel show. That's an example. They want to play. That is not good for the Black community. I'm not gonna lie, I fell victim for the first season. I was like, oh, Scotty and stuff like that. I saw some baddies on there, but then I realized they was fighting. And then what really got me to turn off against baddies is one of these motherfuckers. They was fighting, and she said that I made a story. I covered this on my page. I was like, she said that bitch face looked like Emmett Till, and I immediately.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
What are we doing? What the fuck is this? They got so bad where they had to put out a statement. She had to put out a statement, and then I realized really quickly it brought me back. I was like, oh, I'm tunnel vision. They want me to be entertained and energized by the demise of Black community on national television, mind you, and it's a Black owned network. You feel me? So I was like, after that, I was
that part. But I was getting to me. It's not just television. I experienced it firsthand, and I felt so vindicated because they said, dude, you did nothing to these gay dudes. I said, let me tell you something. You got a bunch of ugly, fat, gay motherfuckers in here that don't have any personal skills. They can't keep a partner or whatever. All they have is money. All they have is that job in that gay community. What they need to go get is fucking therapy. Go get that. Seek therapy out first. And I'm not trying to be mean, but go seek therapy. They are so quick to talk about, oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And then they're quick to hop into your face. It's not just TV. The Black community, I was seeing some girls the other day. We had went out to some event. They was over there arguing. I said, it's like this reality TV shit is seeping into the Black community, and it's not cute. This is real life. They're getting paid to do that shit on TV. This is real life. People will come to your house. I've seen people come to people's house in Atlanta and tear up their whole house. I see them go to their job and send naked pictures to their boss and flatten their tires. I've seen them go to their grandma's house and go to people's baby showers and fight. I've seen this shit before. Wow. Y'all, the Black community, y'all got to let that shit go. When I tell you this last part, I felt vindicated because they said, and even the neighbor, she said, you don't hang out with nobody, and it's obvious why. And I said, because I don't fuck with nobody, and this is the reason why. She said, when I was hearing things, and you know how you hear things and people just doing shit. And it's always like when you're talking to people that have no substance. I don't want to talk about no damn Birkin bags and stuff. I don't wear no Birkin shit. I don't want to talk about no makeup, no high heels. That's just not my thing.
Yeah.
And so I have nothing in common with those type of guys that's out here. I just don't. It's no offense to them, but shit. But don't get mad at me because I have nothing in common with that type of stuff. But to sit there and be disrespectful to somebody and their house and stuff, and come over here, and other people see it. I didn't have to say nothing. They saw it. And this is why I can't wait to talk to Nikki and Trey, because I want to see what they think about this as well. The Black community has a problem. And the Black gay community, we need to see fucking treatment out here in this LA community out here. This community out here in LA is fucking horrific.
I get it. And this might be an unpopular opinion, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying this out, at least out train of thought as we're speaking. We're never going to see reparations in reality. We're never going to see reparations in government.
Never.
I want to see free healthcare, but not just any healthcare. I want to see free mental healthcare. You know what I'm saying? That's something that be addressed, because trauma is carried through, you just like you can carry generational wealth, you can carry generational trauma. Your mom's gonna tell you how to move in these streets, your dad's gonna tell you how to move in these streets. What you see in the house is how you're gonna carry it to your next household, which is then your child.
Oh, I think his internet's cutting out. Hey, so I think your internet's cutting out. So Stone will come back to that. Hey, I want to thank everybody that has tuned in. We are going to look at our closing videos, and we're going to close out the show. We had a lot of heavy topics today. We talked about a lot of ICE stuff that was going on. I want you guys to be safe out there, especially foundational Black Americans. I want all you guys in our comment section, please be safe out there. Try to go out in the daytime, try to do all your shopping in a setting where you feel safe. I want you guys to be safe. This podcast is for us to build community. I want us to be safe. I mean it. I want us to be safe, because you saw the videos. That's a white woman. They just blew her whole fucking head off. The government, the federal government, making jokes about it. It's her fault. They don't give a shit. You got the local law enforcement that can't even do an investigation because the federal government is blocking it. I want you guys to be safe. If I don't say anything else on the show, I want you guys to be safe, okay? This is really, 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 really important to me. I want y'all also to build, also start building community. Build community with people that are nice to you. Build community with people that are friendly to you. Build community with people that are real friends. Not these fake friends, not that shit that I had to put up with this past weekend. Build community. This right here is my community. This is also very therapeutic for me, because I get to get stuff off my chest. So I want to thank you guys for that as well, because this has been very helpful. Stone is back. Let me see what he has to say. Hey, Stone, are you there?
I'm here. Do you hear me?
I can hear you. It looks like your computer's frozen, but I can hear you.
Yeah, I don't know what in the world. I don't know. But man, I was getting into it too. God damn it.
No, we're gonna continue this. We're gonna continue this conversation.
Yeah. My fucking God. But it seems like my power source had stopped, and it's charged, so I don't know why it stopped. Let me see if I could come back out and come back in and fix my face. All
right, we're about to close out though, because we're at that mark. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, it's been fun.
No, it's been fun. Also, where can they find you at before you close out?
You guys can find me at Stonelowki, STONELOWKI. Don't mind the fucking face. I know y'all see that. I see it. It's awful. But
I'm putting that as the photo of our thing for this episode.
But yeah, man. Y'all can find me there. I'm gonna go off on everybody. Anybody you tag me. If it's racism, we're gonna get it together. I don't charge for racism. That's community effort. That was God-given rights right there for me. So
Hey, thank you so much for joining, man. We appreciate it. And no problem. And if you want, you can stay for the closing videos. If not, I know your internet's
I'm here. I'm right here.
Okay, perfect. So I just want to play some of the closing videos for you guys real quick. We're going to take a look at this. This first one is from Jill Scott. This is actually some good stuff, because she's pretty much telling you how you need to operate in, just in life in general. And I think this is a good lesson for everybody to do. So let's take a look at this.
You work hard in your 20s. You work smart in your 30s. You work how you want to in your 40s. You work when you want to in your 50s. And you work if you want in your 60s. That came really early, and that's the way that I'm planning my life.
Wow.
You work hard.
And I love that. I mean, that's some real knowledge for you. This is why I also told people to own your own business, because owning your own business is amazing. You get to do what you want to do without having to work around people that you don't have to work around with. You can do your own thing. So very good advice here. Also, I want to show this tab as well. So somebody posted this, and we got to keep it strictly 100. We talked about this today. Somebody says Renee Nicole Good wasn't the first killed by ICE. Stone also said this as well. So this is in 2025. This is everybody that ICE murdered, and these are predominantly Latino. I mean, Rivera, Medina, Gonzalez, Valdez, and stuff. And in 2026, ISIS murders 2 people, Keith Porter and Renee Nicole Gold. So they got Keith, the black guy, and they got Renee Nicole Good, the white woman. I keep telling y'all got to be careful with y'all votes. Y'all got to be careful how y'all treat people. If y'all really about humanity, then be about humanity. Don't be about it halfway. Then also, I want to share this news as well. So could be good news, could be bad news, but hey, people need to start sticking together. If you want humanity and equity, this is what it has to be. They said fans cancel 16,800 FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets and demand a boycott of Trump USA. And then some of the people in the comments who wrote this on X, somebody says, I canceled my World Cup tickets. The ICE may decide that I am a gang member and I'll be locked up in prison for a year with no charges, trial, no right to a consult a lawyer, no phone call. The U.S. is not safe to visit. And they're telling the truth. I keep telling everybody, and this is the problem. Everybody want to continue to go to parties and shake their ass. When they go bands of Nazi 2.0 pull up and they just start dragging everybody out of these clubs and y'all wondering where y'all going and they sending y'all to a concentration camp, continue to go shake your ass like you've been doing because y'all not paying attention to what's going on. I told everybody, all the people that's, I'm supporting all these other businesses and I'm supporting and not supporting black businesses. Okay, well, look, continue to let a bunch of people that don't even like your ass take your money. But I'm telling you, y'all keep playing with these people. Everybody want to party. I said, don't get me wrong. There's a time to party because you want to have joy in your life. But if everything has to be a good and positive thing, and you're not speaking up about things that's going on, I want you to continue to do that because when shit hits the fan and they drag you out of your house or they drag your ass out of the club or wherever you guys at, I want you to continue to sashay and shake your asses just like you've been doing. And I'm gonna wish you luck. I hope you got a gas mask. And then the last thing, I'm gonna show this. I think this is funny. This is when we at the end of the show. It's getting late, and so this lady, she was pretty much, when we're talking to other black people, you get tired. You're like, okay, I want to go ahead, hurry up and end this. Things that I'm tired. So I want you to take a look at this, and this is our last video of the day.
Ooh, I'm so sleepy. Good gracious. What you doing when you leave here? Ooh, I got to get up early in the morning. I sure don't want to get up that early. I got to do what I got to do. What time you get your kids up in the morning? Yeah, I get mine up real early. So I'm going to go ahead and get in this bed and get me enough sleep. I have to get up early. Where you say you got to go when you leave here? It's getting dark out there. The deer's bad on this road. Child, if I was you, I'd get on down that road. Ooh, I'm so ready to get in this tub, child. I know I'm going to take a good old bath and get in my bed, baby. It's over with when I get in that bed. I'm so ready to get in the bed, too. I turn them TVs and lights out back there. Go on and get in the bed. I'm finna take a shower and get in the bed myself. We got to get up early in the morning. Girl, I'm finna put this phone on D&D. When I get in my bed.
And I just want to read some of the comments from this video before we close out. Somebody says, I remember one time I literally told my boy, yeah, I'm going to go to sleep. This man said, you good? You want me to wake you up at a certain time? Like, bro. Oh, yeah, he would have had to go. Somebody, that's wild to say some shit like that. Somebody else says, and somehow they never take the hint either. They even get more comfy. And another person says, a Virgo going to just say, okay, y'all, it's time to go. And one other person says, I never let it get to that point where the person got to start throwing hints. I stay for an hour max, then I'm out the door. My grandma used to always say, never overstay your welcome. That is facts right there.
It's true.
So Stone, they know where to find you at and everything. I want to thank everybody that tuned in. Also, I want to thank Chessie Jones. Thanks for the support, y'all. K is my name, and HCF, thank you so much. You be one of our biggest supporters. Tanya, all you guys. I'm going to start having lists of everything that people do for us on FTP. I really appreciate it. We appreciate it on this show as we're trying to grow this brand. In addition to that, also Nikki is still working on some updates, but these are all the merchandise that we have. Just going to keep it on the 30% for now, since everybody's kind of struggling, financially in the markets and everything. So she said we'll just do this for now for January, because January is usually the slowest month, usually January and February. But we have all this merchandise here. We want to thank you guys for all your support and everything. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for all the Venmos. Thank you for likes, sharing, and subscribing, which is so important, because our content always gets shadow banned, and I always get the comments. Well, I didn't see it come up. I didn't see it come up. We always have the times. I always post it on the IG account, and I also post it on the actual YouTube account. We're here Sunday through Thursday, and they show you the times. Also, if you would like to be on the show in the future, let us know. Put a comment in the comment section. We'll go ahead and get you on the show as well. As always, please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Take care.
Take care.
Check. Is this thing on? Bitch. So we made it to the end of 2025, and I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. That pretty much sums up the year. A lot of loss, or restructuring, if you will. I'm grateful to somehow be walking out of this old year and into a new one with my mental and physical health intact. A lot of death, a lot of loss, a lot of mess, a lot of realizing some people and even systems just ain't shit. But it has made me look at where and how I was spending my time and money. And even racism, like never ever before. Not that it's ramped up, but it's just more visible due to almost everyone now having a cell phone, social media, and this raggedy administration, and a lot of people seeking truth. Which brings me to my next point. Sky Daddy. Lord. God. Your people need you. Some of us feel like you just left us out here to dry up and wither away. And that's just this year. Imagine how God's people felt when their family member got lynched and murdered with no random bystanders recording via cell phone or police body cam footage. Or better yet, what was it like for those who went through, endured, and didn't survive slavery? Just a question. I'm going to leave that in 2025, hoping 2026 Sky Daddy comes through with answers. Bye! But wait, before I go. Remember to check in on your strong friends. Remember to check in on your strong friends. We're tired. Yeah, we're tired. Okay, bye. Happy New Year.
Fresh off the boat, motherfuckers with an attitude. No papers, no English, anti-black and rude. You POC, but you wanna be YT. Seat at the table, as an equal you'll never be. Came to this country off the civil rights side. Get your money up, then stab us in the back. You hate us, but you need us. Gotta make it make sense. When it comes to the whites, y'all just niggas with accents. Let them know y'all just niggas with accents.
Silk Press Jesus has returned. He's white, historically rebranded, and grinder approved for Christian comfort. Don't miss your blessing. Order now.
Get out, get on out. Get out, get on out. Can't stay on the scene unless you got that green. Oh! Get out, get on out. Get out, get on out. Ice is on that ass. You don't get a fourth chance. Oh! Get out, get on out. Oh, get out. Didn't vote black. Got that ass in back.